All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to DreamHack Stockholm. We are here live from Sweden in the Globe Arena, and we're about to get into our second semifinal match of the day here on the main stage. Joining me at the desk are Anders and Thorin, of course. Welcome, guys. What's up?
Exciting times, Thorin.
Yeah.
Yeah? You feeling it?
I think so. I think so. The crowd is actually here now, and the crowd is getting hyped. They made some noise as soon as I saw fnatic on the screen.
Yeah, and it's been growing a little bit. Yes, fnatic, the final Swedish hope here in Globen. That's what it's down to.
Well, that is what's going to come down to.
Presumably, Crim's Hummer got caught up in traffic a bit, and then he was actually got pulled over by this traffic attendant who looked like Get Right, who was like, and then he finally got here though, so we're ready to start now.
Yeah. Are you saying because they lost, Get Right's been, put on?
He's got to get some money somehow. Yeah, he's working a side job now.
That's just cold. All right, well, they're going to be playing Titan, of course. So not the last French hope. Weirdly, there's two French teams that have gone through.
Weirdly, Anders? Weirdly?
Yeah,
really?
Well, some sort of bias there? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's like Star Wars, you know, they're like, oh, it's the last French hope. No, there is another, Anders.
But there are no more Danish teams.
Nope,
Yeah.
they all...
No more Danish hope. You're the last Danish person left in this tournament.
Here, Anders.
Still representing.
What's up?
You could have been representing NIP as well, but...
No, and do you think that's why they lost?
I don't know, it's possible. You were their good luck charm, yeah. Actually, you used to sort of do a lot of secret stuff in your casting that used to help them win in game, a bit like Fifth Lauren's role.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly where it's at. So we actually already did the maps, right? Just to move things forward.
Yeah. Oh, back in the map strike, yeah, okay.
You can hang in there. I'm watching the cage match right now. I'm going to get my popcorn. Actually, I don't think they have popcorn here this time. Damn it. No. Well, regardless, we know the maps that are going to be coming up, guys, in this best of 3 series. It's going to be Inferno, Dust 2, and Cash. So actually, no real surprise there. I'm actually quite happy to be seeing that we're going to be seeing these maps that they're going to be so experienced on. Inferno, Dust 2. I mean, these are just the go-to, tried and true maps for a lot of these teams. So both of them are going to be extremely familiar with them, and I think this is going to give us the best CS possible here.
Actually, that's what when I was looking over the stats, one of the first things I noticed immediately, like I always get excited when I see 2 top teams who share a map pool, because then you allow the other person to have one of their best maps, and you don't just end up on everyone playing their least worst maps, you know, which is where you tend to get more up and down Counter-Strike. So, okay, Fnatic's best map by far is Inferno. But we all know, even though they haven't played many games in it, the new Titan lineup, the old school Titan loved to play Inferno. That was one of their favorite maps, so you knew that would be in there still. Cash, now that's actually a bit surprising, because Cash is one of the maps where the new Fnatic are monsters on it. They've only ever lost once, ever. And that was actually, and in this tournament, in fact, they beat Dignitas on it in overtime, so they're very strong on that map. The only time they've ever lost on Inferno, they have an insane stat with the new Fnatic lineup. They've gone 20-1, and the only loss was in the final, the last map at ESL went in incredible fashion. So 2 maps already there where Fnatic look unstoppable, but then what's the third map? Dust 2. Now, what's interesting here is, this is actually one of the few maps where Fnatic's actually, the new Fnatic lineup is actually exposed to some degree. They've lost like 6 times on that map out of 15 played, so that's actually one of the most played maps, but also one of the few maps that they lose on. They're stomping everyone else, they're rolling everyone else. Meanwhile, Titan, obviously, the old school Titans were really good on Dust 2, actually. This last lineup with Kenny S, they run the dual op setup sometimes, so anyone who's thinking Fnatic's just going to roll over, it's going to be 2-0, don't worry about it. No, Dust 2 is very much open for Titan to win, and then throw in the fact that Titan love Cash as well in Inferno. I think actually there's the potential here for both teams to win.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that we're not going to see Overpass and Cobblestone does take a little bit of the random element out. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. We haven't seen either of those maps at all yet. Does that surprise you? On the other hand, would you have expected one of these teams, and maybe, if anything, maybe Titan to being a new lineup to try and throw a curveball and put that map in there somewhere? One of them.
To a degree, but the thing is, I think even though they're a new lineup, I think someone like Existence always has in his mind, like set like where we should be on maps and how we want to play. Yeah. So I think he'd rather himself remove the random element, actually. I think teams like Dignitas, teams like them, they'd rather play the standard maps where they really know what they want to get accomplished, you know. Because sometimes even if you were to win on a strange map like that, you wouldn't necessarily be able to take something away from that would make you a top team, you know. If you really think you're a contender for the World Championship, you want to just play your best maps.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, is that these best maps are going to be maps that are the most commonly played, right? The thing is that you're going to have to take time away from practicing maps like Inferno, Dust 2, maps that already a lot of the top tier teams are going to have so much experience on, and you're playing catch up with the new lineup. So you have to actually put a lot of your time into those maps to make sure that you're good, you're refined, you're ready to be able to face them on them, and then you can go ahead and start focusing on, you know, the outlier, or, you know, the outskirts, basically, like Overpass, Cobble, maybe Cash. But like that's I think why it's going to be a bit difficult to see if Titan are ever going to decide to go for those anytime soon, because Fnatic are actually quite good on overpass as well. So if that actually made it through, then that turns into a situation where I would think Fnatic are going to be the ones that are actually clearly favored.
Looking at the betting tendency, it seemed like it was about 80% in favor of Fnatic and 20% for Titan. Do you think that's a reasonable? I mean, now we know the maps. Of course, when you bet, you don't necessarily know the maps.
No, actually, I think the maps actually even it up a bit more. Like, actually, if I actually thought maybe Fnatic would ban away Dust 2, because, like I say, it's one of the maps that, in theory, they're more exposed on. So if that had happened, I would put it something along those odds, because I'd make it heavily favored that Fnatic would 2-0 it. Whereas here, I think, actually, I'm pretty certain we're going to go to 3 maps, actually. So I think instead, I think probably more reasonable would be something like 70-30 to Fnatic.
All right, that's not too bad.
Well, Titan have already shown that they're strong on this map as well. I mean, this is the map, Dust 2 in particular, the map that we're addressing now, is the map that they beat Nip on to get into this semifinal match right now. So it was a close match. Nip put up a fight and made a few mistakes, actually, that ended up costing them that game. But Titan still did show a good game. And so Fnatic, they're going to have actually a little bit of information, perhaps, to be able to take against Titan going into this match today. If it comes down to Dust 2, they already have seen what Titan are capable of on it.
Well, then another factor that really no one could have sort of adjusted for or calculated for is the fact that Crims only managed to show up really late here. He was stuck in traffic, and that's why we're a little bit delayed. Is that going to have any impact on the game?
I'd actually worry in terms of him personally, because actually, think about it, when you're in a rush to get somewhere, you know you have to do something at a certain time. Even if you arrive on time, like the stress of like as you're getting there and will something else hold you up, that can either first of all, actually in MMA they have something called an adrenaline dump, where when you get too much adrenaline at once, sometimes you burn it all up immediately, and then actually you're really fatigued for the rest of the match. So I would hope that he hasn't sort of like gotten too hyped up now, and then he has to calm down for a while, and then maybe he starts off slow, or he's cold, or whatever could have happened. And obviously, the fact that he's only arriving now means that they haven't had some super in-depth team talk. They didn't sit and watch LDLC play their other semi-finals. So actually, in theory, yeah, potentially we're going to catch Fnatic starting off cold here with not the ideal setup, whereas the Titan guys, they were here a long time ago.
Yeah, that's another thing, is that they were here. They were definitely watching the earlier match. A lot of the players are here from this entire group stage. You know, they're all watching, but Titan in particular definitely scoping out what exactly they could potentially be going up against here. Seeing as how LDLC, the team that beat them in the group phase and took first seed in their group, are now waiting for someone here in the finals. It's
actually,
Fnatic or Titan.
I forgot to reference this before. When I was mentioning, like, making the case for why Dust 2 could be a win for Titan, actually, even though across this incredible Fnatic team that we all know online, just been steamrolling everyone, seemingly unbeatable, is actually, if you remember, in this tournament itself, Titan beat Nip on Dust 2. So that they've already scored a win over, in theory, the best team in the world on paper, at least the rankings. So even though it's a new lineup for Titan, we've had some promising results already. And I think with Fnatic, you can't deny the online streak has been incredible. But the only actual LAN they've won was the Star Ladder, where they played against Na'Vi a whole bunch of times. Sure. It's not like even though they're unstoppable online at the moment, it's not like they've played a bunch of LANs and crashed Virtus Pro and crashed Nip. They still haven't quite got that last step up yet.
Now, to get into another
I know that really gets to you there.
No, not at all, actually, because now I just want to kind of explore another intangible, which is, something that we've talked a little bit about in the past, Anders, is the fact that perhaps Fnatic actually do get better on LAN. There's something that happens when they get from online to LAN play where they just seem to go up a notch. And do you think that that's going to be, like, we could potentially see that here now that they're on the main stage again? Gamescom, they came just so close, as you said, losing on Inferno, a map that they were undefeated on up to that point. Do you think they're going to let it slip out of their hands again?
I don't, but again, here's the thing about the Gamescom result that I always think is a bit unfair, okay? People correctly state that, okay, they actually probably should have won the final over Nip. When I watched that final, I'm like, actually, Nip had miracles to even win that. Probably it should have been Fnatic 2-0 or 2-1. But at the same time, Fnatic narrowly beat Na'Vi on that third map, which was new. Na'Vi don't even play, so they themselves could have gone out in the round of 8. So when I balance it up, that's why I say I still think they have like one level still to go to be like the best in the world, But I don't know about that. When you say like they'll get better on LAN, they were so good online that I'm not actually sure it's possible for anyone to get better than that online. If anything, you have to come back down to earth a little bit, They were so magical.
I think that's maybe a good point. I think the way I always measured Fnatic's LAN performance when Devilwalk was still on the team was actually by Devilwalk, who just consistently played much better on LAN than he did online, where he was just soloed in background and he fulfilled some sort of purpose, but on LAN I think he could be counted on a lot more. So, and then maybe it was just him playing better, and then as a result the whole team looked better, but either way, I think the previous iterations of this lineup have been doing better on LAN, but you're right, they've been playing so well online that maybe it's hard to find a level that's much higher than that. Talking about Titan, though, I'm a little bit curious about this too, because they have also had in the past, like some of the players have had some pretty big discrepancies between how much they've been playing on LAN and online. And one of them I'm thinking about is Kenny. The first time around, he was removed from Very Games way back in the day when they brought Shoxi in after they lost that ESCA LAN to NIP. 16-14, and it was actually, it looked like they were really close to beating NIP then, so it was a big shock
And
that
they
they
finished
removed.
third, actually, if you remember. They lost to Quantic.
Yeah, and they lost to Quantic following up. So, and then it was a big shock that they removed him because they felt like they were just on the verge of bringing it to NIP, and then they removed Kenny, who was obviously a big star, and the reasoning back then was, well, on LAN he hasn't got it. So do you think that's changed for Kenny now? It's been quite a while since.
I actually have never bought that because, I mean, I've actually gone back a few times for articles and looked at the old school games where Nip was always beating Very Games. And actually, when I used to watch those games, Kenny S was one of the best players actually in those games, even though they're losing. To me, it was always Kenny S and MBK were the two who actually could step up, and it was the others who would kind of let them down. But I've always said this about Kenny S. The problem they used to have in the old Titan wasn't that he wasn't a star. He did play like a star. It's that he was so disjointed from the rest of what the team was trying to do that he would get like kills that wouldn't impact whether he won or lost a round. He would get 3 kills, but then he would die because he was in a 1-on-4 and he hadn't rotated correctly. Or he would get 2 kills to open a round in an area of the map where actually they were going to attack the other site, and it didn't end up helping them anyway. So I think the real story for Kenny S in their team isn't that he doesn't perform. It's that they've had to learn, like, how do we help this guy work with us? Before it was like, you have to work with us and you have to adapt to us. I don't think that works. You have to adapt to Kenny S if you want him to be really good.
And that's actually the new core strategy for Titan. So we'll see how well they adapt to it here. Now it is time to go ahead and actually get a view of these players. Let's go ahead and meet them now. They're up on the main stage. So we're going to try this again. And this time there will be no YouTube videos. So let's get into it, guys. This is going to be the Counter-Strike Global Offensive Tournament, our second semifinal match of the day here at Globe Stockholm. And I did it! It's amazing. When you see it the first time, it's a little daunting and I failed, but this time I got it. All right, let's go ahead. I feel like I should take a bow or something. All right, let's go ahead and meet our first team. The third semifinalist, hailing from the hometown Sweden, it will be, well, okay, fnatic, why are they going away? Come back, whatever. All right, so fnatic apparently were standing behind me the whole time. So hello, everybody. Again, let's try it again. It's going to be the hometown favorites, hailing from Sweden, in the orange and black, fnatic! All right, and let's go ahead and actually meet these players now in case you're unfamiliar with them. In case you're just new tuning into Counter-Strike, welcome. It's a great opportunity, and we're going to start it off with Flusha, the mastermind, the ult for Clutcher, and we'll see if he's going to bring it today here in front of the home crowd. And his teammate, the Opper, JW, otherwise known as the J Whirlwind, CZ75 AWP. We'll see if he brings it. The man with the plan, Prodax, the leader for fnatic. We shall see if he's got the mastermind in play today, and his teammate, Olaf Meister, one of the best all-around players in the world, hands down. Definitely making fnatic a force to be reckoned with. And the last, but definitely not least for fnatic, it will be Crims. Oh yeah, and Crims, man, he has been playing incredibly well since he joined up with his lineup. It is going to be a real pleasure to watch these guys go at it today. But now, it is time to meet their opponents for this best of 3. Semi-final match, hailing from France, Belgium, and Swiss. It is going to be Titan. Now let's go ahead and meet these players as well. Forces to be reckoned with in their own right. From LDLC and Titan, it is now going to be one of the best offers, now turned riflers in the world, Kaylee. Man to his left, feared rifler in his own right, takes point, always aggressive. It is Apex. Now the other mastermind in this match, the Wink, the devilish Wink. It is going to be Existence, the man leading Titan in the charge. And the man next to him is going to be Maniac, all-around rifler, best cover, and definitely the support man for Existence. We shall be seeing the big plays from him. But now, hailed as the best offer in the world, it is Kenny S., the sniper extraordinaire. And now we're going to go ahead and hear a word from both of these teams. So, Maniac and Devil Walk. Please join me up here, and let's go ahead and actually get a word real quick and see what kind of shape you guys are in. So, Devil, I'm going to go with you first, actually, because you made it up here first. But what do you make so far of being able to play on the main stage here of Globen in front of a home crowd?
Well, obviously it's going to be amazing. You know, it's a big experience just for esports in general to be in this big arena, home crowd, and we're very excited to bring you exciting games and hopefully reach the finals.
Now, some would say right now that you guys are looking like the best team. Indomitable, incredible, all-out aggression, but still with the plans. How do you feel about that? I mean, do you agree with that assessment?
I agree, yes. There's not much to say else than that. I just strongly believe that we have what it takes to be the #1 team in the world for a long period of time. So that's where we're headed, and I think we're going to stay there.
All right, well, Maniac? Yeah, Double. Maniac. Now, you guys have just formed this new team, and it's been talked about a lot, so we're not going to get too much into it. But how are you feeling coming into this tournament? Because already this is your first LAN since the new lineup has been made, and here you are on the main stage in the playoffs.
Well, you know, the fact that we are quite a new team, that gives us like no pressure at all. Like we've made through the group stage, we've beaten NIP, and now we are here, one against the best team in the world. So what can we lose? Actually, you know, we are like 3 weeks ago, we just created. And it's just bonus for us right now. We are having so much fun. We are learning so much experience from this. It's just like only positive for us.
And do the rest of the team feel the same? Are you all as confident going into this that it's just like, okay, let's see how this goes and figure it out from there? And if we can take out another Swedish team, well, on home turf as well, you know, it's not bad, right?
Well, you know, for us, like in the strategic point of view, we are not like, we don't have many things to prepare like. But it's really important for us to see how do we react as a team in a big tournament with pressure, with the main stage against the biggest enemy. So for us, it's like we can learn a lot from such tournament. So we're just gonna enjoy the experience and do as much as we can.
All right, well, best of luck to both of you. The biggest enemy and the French. We'll see, we shall see. But this is going to be one hell of a match, as if the first one wasn't good enough already. 3D Max falling to LDLC. LDLC, the other French team to make it through. They are currently waiting in the grand finals. We are about to find out which of these two teams will join them there. But I'm going to make my way back down to the studio now to join up with Anders and Thorn. We're going to go ahead and go over a little bit what we just heard from both of these players, because already it seems like there's a little bit there to get into. Titan calling fnatic their biggest enemy already. That's a statement right there.
Yeah, I would have thought actually they would have named LDLC just because of the roster changes. But I guess, you know, if you're going to hit for #1, probably it could be fnatic right now. So yeah, maybe they're just gunning for the top seed.
No, that's the way you've got to think, Andy. You go LDLC. What, you mean the #2 team in France? No, we're not worried about them. We've got that on lock already, yeah. Who else in the world? Who else have you got for us? You know, that's what I think it's like.
All right.
Although I am wondering about the way Titan were sort of like, you know, we have no pressure, it doesn't matter if we lose. Like, you know, you haven't played the game yet. Like, it's what we go live.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's going to be an interesting point. I mean, and the thing is as well, it's just they've already been rattled a little bit, and you can be sure that they're definitely going to be looking for revenge because LDLC beat them in the group phase to get that first seed. But it looks like, guys, we're wasting no more time. We're going to get right into this match. fnatic on home turf facing up against Titan, and this is going to be on Inferno to start here at DreamHack. But the knife will settle who's going to start on the CT side on the defense and who's going to start on the T side on the offense.
Yes, indeed. So welcome to the match here, ladies and gentlemen. It is fnatic and Titan in a best-of-3 game, and this is the second semi-finals. Winner goes to the grand finals, where they are going to be facing LDLC.com. So welcome to the show, welcome to the channel here, and welcome to DreamHack Stockholm here in the Ericsson Globe.
This is it, Cribs with the double, and already the crowd getting hyped. And there you go. fnatic will get the choice.
Oh, man.
I imagine I'd be amazed if they didn't just decide to straight up stay. But here we go. We actually have a view of the huddle that's about to happen here. fnatic, everybody's standing up. They're going to get in on this. Also, one of the longest standing core groups of players.
Yeah, which is something that actually quite a while ago, I think it was even before Christmas this year, that Khan was out talking about roster changes and saying that he preferred to work having one core and then switching out individual elements as it came along. So that's actually a strategy that the Fnatic organization has been sticking to. And it seems to be working. Whatever they're doing, it's definitely working.
They went for a double switch last time. You know, Devil Walk taking a step back, becoming the coach, and he's the man in the hat that we just interviewed, of course, that you guys all know. He's going to be the one who's going to be there to help Pronax, basically to bolster Pronax with the calls and make sure that they're on track. But LGB, at the time, the third Swedish team, were the real threat, and they've picked up 2 of those. Olofmeister and Crims have now joined up with the Fnatic lineup.
Yeah, and a bit of a difference here. Fnatic standing up and getting ready, talking last things over, and Titan sitting coolly, just relaxing. They've already planned everything out, so why plan anything more than that?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing to take away from this right now is that Titan, everybody was here, and that was a good point because Crims did show up late. So really, Fnatic haven't had too much time to prepare as a group and talk everything over, everybody there. But Titan, I'm sure that they would have already been off to the side talking over every little detail and making sure, like, okay, this is the game plan. We've already known what they're going to throw at us. Now we have to focus on playing our game and shutting down whatever little trick they're going to play. So this is going to be such a great map to start things off on here. Inferno, such a good map for Fnatic, but also a solid one for Titan. And
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what kind of strategies Titan are going to go for. But there's the break, and Fnatic getting pumped up.
I see Titan already in place. Existence putting in the headset there last, and now we are going to get into the game. I would favor Fnatic slightly here on this map, but really only slightly. I think this is going to be really close. What I'm personally excited about with this particular matchup is that we're going to have Kenny and JW, very similar styles of AWPing, and they are both very, very good at doing it on a map like Inferno. It could be some really close range AWP battles that we're going to be seeing, and that's going to be action-packed.
Definitely. I mean, Kenny, that's going to be a linchpin. I mean, because we didn't really get into it too much in the pre-match talk, right? But Kenny is the focus for Titan. They put a lot of emphasis on his ability to pick up kills with that AWP, and if he decides not to go with the AWP, to use that rifle effectively. But a lot of their plans are based off of his decisions. So there's a lot more riding on him than there is on JW. JW, his role in the team is basically, okay, JW, we know that you're pretty much the whirlwind, right? Wherever you go, people are going to be like running for the cover. So we're going to let you kind of just do your thing, and the rest of us are going to focus on this. So we have 2 different styles already of how these teams are going to be playing out that we can already get into a little bit.
There could be a third option, but it feels like with someone like Kenny or someone like JW, when you're going for that kind of aggression and you're going, you're really putting it all on sort of on one side. You're basically going all in with every kind of move you're making. So if it fails, you're going to be throwing away a really expensive rifle, and you're going to lose a lot of confidence. So I could definitely see a scenario in which one of these 2 guys is going to come out quite heavily on top, and the other one is going to have a really hard time getting traction. And if that happens, it's up to not just the one player, but the team as a whole to switch away from that style. Because you on this map, we've seen Kenny and JW both do fine without the AWPs, but if they stick to it, they're going to have a lot of expensive rifles thrown away. So we'll have to see. We are getting live into it here. Fnatic starting on the CT side and Titan on the terrorist side. Let's get it on.
Let's do it. This is it. The pistol round to determine who's going to get the guns in the second. And already, aggression coming out on Banana here from Titan. They're just looking to rush Olofmeister down, and Peekaboo Kaylee gets it, but JW's still here, and JW gets 2. It's Flusha and JW who split the frags, but that was some good damage to slow down Titan.
Oh, but they're not slowing down. That's a 3rd kill coming in from Kaylee. He's just running and gunning, and Pronax almost gets that shot through, which would have turned it into a 1-on-2, but instead, it's a 1-on-3. The bomb going down. He's trying to deny it. He's missing the shots here, Pronax. He can't connect with it, and the bomb plant happening now makes it infinitely worse here for the Fnatic player now. Grenade to follow, still this 1-on-3, and it's going to be Apex to finish it off. So Titan, they win the first pistol of this semifinals.
Yeah, Apex taking that fight as well. No fear for them. But that was actually just the full-on, we're not going to think about anything here, and that actually kind of plays into what Maniac would say. He's like, there's no deeper plan. It's really just like, let's get up into Banana and just test these guys. We're going to go for a break test right now and see if they can react in time. And they just couldn't quite handle that there. Olofmeister getting pinned down behind that truck, and then the defense just getting overwhelmed. Despite JW and Flusha getting 2 frags, Titan were still able to maintain the momentum, and that's the important bit. Get up onto that site and get that plant.
I'm wondering if Pronax was experiencing a little bit of that annoying thing that happens with the hitbox when someone's planting, because it looked like he was had the right angle on it and everything, and that can be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. So Even if he had, it would still been a tough position. But nice round from Titan to start off with. Now they're faced up against Armor and Pistols and 4 CZ75s. Pronax, characteristically, the guy with the 5-7. And he's very good at it.
Yeah, he always goes 5-7 Pronax. He's just the 5-7 poster boy pretty much. Kenny will find Flusha, who's floating around noob corner. And it looks like Titan are interested in wrapping around on this site. We've already got Fnatic, though. They're not even hesitating. Look at this. Fnatic, they realize that Titan are just going straight up and that they aren't really trying to sneak around too much on the map. They've already rotated everybody over here to A. This is an excellent position for Fnatic to be in.
Yes, it is, but Titan are moving very slowly here, so eventually Fnatic, they lose their patience, they go peeking. JW did pick up one, he's in the corner, he's going to pick up a second kill now. Has an AK, goes for the spray through, not quite connecting, and 8 bullets left here. It's a 1-on-2, he picks off the one, no more bullets left, he can't get the last one, but a sickening triple kill from JW and costing Titan dearly. That's a lot of rifles lost to just pistols.
Just to pistols, just to JW. And he nearly gets the spray as well through the box. He's so good right now, JW. And this is, we've been seeing it consistently. He's been getting better and better in these online games. And it really feels like he's in a position where he can shine on Fnatic. You know, the rest of the team, they're there to support, but JW really does feel like he's getting into his A game. And this is going to make, that could make the difference. That was way too expensive a round for Titan to take right there in the second. That's too much money to be spending here in the third, re-equipping themselves.
It is. They can make up for it in this round by losing no more than one person. If they come out of this with 4 members alive, it's going to be all right for Titan anyway. They'll still be in a decent position. So Fnatic's job, again, here is to just take as many rifles as they can. If they kill 2 or more people, then Fnatic are in a really prime spot here. And Apex actually already taken a bit of damage, but they're going to open up on Crims, and they've got a bit of a stack going on over at the B-bomb side, Fnatic, in fact.
It's all right. It's going to be over in CT now. They're going to try and wrap back around, but Existence is already cutting off that entrance into the bomb site, and they haven't even really connected, or rather, they haven't gone on to this site yet, committed to the site, rather, with the bomb. That's the word I'm looking for. Titan are getting in there now, but this has already got the rotation in here for Fnatic, and they're already landing some shots. Flusha with a great headshot there on Existence. He tags down Apex to 12 HP as well.
Yeah, and there's a guy coming up from behind, which is Pronax, so if Flusha lives, he doesn't live long enough, but Pronax is still going to be able to pick up a kill. This is still fantastic. He can actually do this 1-on-2 with just a pistol. They've got almost no health left. Right now, Apex has picked up a quad kill and is 1 away from the ace, and Pronax obviously doesn't have a kit, so he's going to have to move quick if he actually wants to defuse the bomb as well. He's still looking for that one opening here, and he's going to be walking into the crossfire, picks up the one now. It's a 1-on-1. Pronax moving up, 1 click through, 1 more bullet, and he's not going to get it. So close to making it work there. Instead, Titan barely inch away. But you got to consider that this is still an exceptional round from Fnatic. They have done so much damage.
Absolutely, so much damage dealt, and more importantly, just damage to the economy. They drop 4 guys consistently in these rounds, and that's going to force Titan to spend so much money. The real important thing here now is for Fnatic. If they win this first buy round, look at the money situation for Titan. They just don't have anything left. They'll be forced to eco, and that's where Fnatic can have the opportunity to run away with this match and start really chaining rounds together.
And I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Already, the battle has already begun. Kenny versus JW, and well, he's going to draw first blood here. The Frenchman, and now that is actually a very good start for Titan. You've got to consider that if Fnatic win this round, Titan are going to be ecoing already, straight away, because they lost so many rifles. There's no way they're going to be able to buy.
Exactly. Really Titan, they're taking their time with this as well. They're counting on Kenny to still continue to push around on the map with that AWP. If he can pick up another entry frag, that's going to be the go signal for Titan to just speed up behind that and overwhelm whatever remains of the defense. But Fnatic, they still have 3 guys over on this A site. Bit of a pop flash in. Pronax loves these, but he's going to run right into Maniac, and that does not go his way.
That is really scary, especially because he did have 1 guy over at Arch, but I'm not sure why he pushed up that much alone. I wish they would have grouped up a little bit more here, and Kenny patiently waiting. Flusha jumps right into that shot, and the remaining Fnatic members should actually think about running away here. This 2-on-4 is not a reasonable fight for them to take. These 2 rifles could be worth a lot for them in the upcoming rounds, unless they can get a free kill, which I think is also why they're just standing still like this. They're not actively hunting for anyone yet. They're just hoping someone's going to stroll by.
Exactly. 18 seconds left, and that bomb plant will happen here for Titan. So Fnatic now know there's no shenanigans. It is on the A site. They have yet to see anybody. Titan are playing this very well right now, not giving Fnatic any opportunity to do more economic damage.
Yeah, and they're walking back. So Fnatic making the smart choice here. There's no doubt about that. So this is a curious situation, isn't it? They've had 2 rounds in a row where they were up against pistols and almost lost them. Finally, they're up against rifles, and they only lose Maniac. And Kenny S with 2 kills on that AWP. Something to consider, because Fnatic will have... I wouldn't actually be surprised if they forced the FAMASas on the rest here.
They could. It really does come down to how much money they have. But you're right. I mean, they got so many kills in the rounds leading up to this that they should be in a decent position right now. Let's see exactly how things are going to go. However, there's Titan. The guys who are currently leading right now 4-0, which is a great position for them to find themselves in here. That's how you want to start your T side, because the Inferno is a CT-sided map. So if you're already getting your T-side rounds so early on in the half, the rest of the half, again, no pressure. Like Maniac said, it's even less pressure off their shoulders because now they've nearly done their job.
Yeah, and they did force it up on the rest of Fnatic here. So actually, not even FAMASas. Pistol on Pronax, not really that big a deal, as long as he plays a smart position. And Fnatic have gone for something they've actually done a lot recently, which is the triple setup over by B. But they're playing it more passively than they normally do. And now they're just going to put 2 people out here. So back to a very standard setup for Swedish team.
Man, this is very smart. Well, Crimson's going to get mollied. He has to get out of here. Manages to get back into the B site. Takes quite a bit of damage, though. Dropped down to 39 HP. And Titan do get control of top of Banana. But this is Fnatic just playing very smart. They don't want to give that entry frag to Kenny. And they know that that's going to slow down Titan somewhat as well. If they can keep Kenny off of that AWP kill, it's going to slow down Titan and force Titan to play with the clock.
They actually put down 2 Molotovs. There was one in the corner and one going into the main entrance, so he had to run through like a whole path of fire to get back there. That's why he took so much damage. That's interesting. And now here we see a set execute, but there are still 2 people at A right here. So Titan, are they committing to this? Or are they just trying to fake out somebody at A? Yeah, they are. Look at this. Just 2 people running in here. Existence with the opening kill. But now Fnatic are making a big mistake at the A bomb site. They're moving out. And actually, because of the success at B, they commit to it here. Existence. 3 kills. In-game leader and apparently also expert rifler. It's going to be Pronax and JW coming in. And JW does some good work here. But Fnatic have no intelligence. They have no idea what's actually happening on the map right here.
Yeah, and these smokes to follow up as well. They haven't even heard the plant. They're just now hearing this plant go down. And Pronax is close enough to be able to confirm that it is on the B site. But Titan, they still got 3 guys alive. Unless Pronax can find a frag very quickly here. He's managed to pick up an AK, and that's actually really good for him to be able to keep that rifle. And it does look like Fnatic, they're just willing to pace themselves. They're going to play patiently and hold on to these guns. And this is all about just managing their eco.
So Fnatic forced to try and save some rifles again. Now, if this should have been successful for Titan just to begin with, the initial idea is actually right in front of where Kaylee is, which is where we call yellow. If Titan had just got into those positions and stayed alive, that would have been enough for the rest of the Titan members at A to run in and try and get the people rotating out. That's all Titan wanted that round. The fact that Existence picked up 3 kills meant they actually changed the idea of what they were doing and said, all right, well, if we've already killed everyone at B, let's just go there, instead of trying to get into A where someone might still be holding. So that was a bit of a strange round because Titan actually had a different plan in mind to begin with.
They did. I mean, it's also just based off of Existence, who's consistently been playing better with the rifles since this lineup change. It's going to be Kenny. Yes, he sneaks his way into Banana, but then there's 3 guys here. He manages to pick off Crim still. Could go for the flick, but he gets overwhelmed. Olaf Meister manages to come through, and this is a successful stop. Fnatic. The 3 push down top Banana is designed to deal with any kind of early aggression coming out of Titan, and they managed to execute it very well. So that gives them an extra man here advantage, Fnatic, on the CT defense, and that's exactly what they need going into this crucial round for them.
Yeah, really good read from the Swedish side. That is, they just need to get back on the board. 5-0 kind of looks bad, but it can quickly switch around, so no reason to panic just yet. Flusher, no panic at all, going to headshot Maniac. And we're back into a 2, actually a 1-on-4 here as JW sprays down Kaylee. And Existence, good last round. This round's a different matter. Very hard for him to do anything. In fact, 6 health. Oh,
that timing there.
Took the risk. Okay.
That was very, very risky.
The firefighter Existence, is that what it is?
He also, I mean, he still commits that smoke. I mean, he's not too concerned with this. If he can manage to pick up another frag, he'll be happy with this result. Fnatic need to kill him off only with keeping all 3 players alive right now because they're about to reset their money going into this.
That's what it is. If they could move JW closer, he actually has an HE grenade, but it looks like it's going to be the wrong angle here for Existence, just walking right into it. So JW picks up a double, and Fnatic win the first round here, the semifinals. And nicely done, a good read.
Really solid play there. They keep 3 alive, so they're going to be able to drop some guns around. Flusher could hand that FAMAS off to somebody to allow them to pick up full nades. He can do the same. So this is going to be a bit of a breath of fresh air here for Fnatic, but now it's the danger zone, really. They have to be very careful about losing this upcoming round because, again, we're talking about them resetting their loss bonus. They'll be back down to 1,400 starting money if they lose this here to Titan, and then it gets completely out of control for Titan.
Yeah, but if Titan loses, actually I think they're going to be ecoing too, so it goes both ways right now, and that's an exciting, I think that must be motivation for fnatic, just knowing that they're close as well. It's going to be the old battle again, JW versus Kenny, and Kenny comes out on top. JW was 1 pixel away with that shot, and look at Titan. Here comes the speed, right into the A-bomb side. They're not missing a step. Kenny with the second shot, and he's going to jump down in the pit. This is such a strong position, especially with an AWP, and Kaylee's going to get it with the AK instead. fnatic should already be running away.
This is suicide now. You don't run into long when the smoke goes down and Kenny is alive with an AWP in pit. It's hard enough to fish somebody out of there with a rifle. If the guy's got an AWP, the likelihood of you making it in there alive, it's not very high. It's not looking too good. And fnatic, I mean, this is the thing. That's Titan right there in a nutshell right now. They're going to revolve around Kenny S. If he can get that pick, they're going to speed up behind him and just allow him to have the space to be able to further wreck the defense in front of them.
Yeah, but it's a far step removed from the kind of plays we would normally see Existence do that would definitely revolve around getting 1 pick and then standing completely still and waiting for another 20 seconds before you do anything else. So it's cool. It's in my mind, it's a healthy sign to see that Titan are apparently capable of both, because once they got that entry, that was just the instant go.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, okay, great. He won it, and they know that they're going to have control. Catching Pronax out alive, open on the site like that as well, out in the middle of nowhere, that was a great kill there by Kenny. And those 2 frags pretty much did the deal, but Titan now are going to be able to start really applying pressure. fnatic just barely have enough, once again, to force a buy-in. Actually good nades on their part as well here. So they do have the gear. Now they have to land the shots. And once again, Kenny going aggressive in banana. He's going to be looking for this frag, and he's just perma-flashed. Good nades here from fnatic.
It's actually something we haven't seen Kenny do a lot. The style that he does jumping down to the tree right there. It's kind of cool to see that that's apparently something he's practiced the timing. He's realized there's a timing window to get into that position before fnatic can do anything about it. Until they start grenading it if they realize he's doing it.
Yeah, but those grenades, you're right. I mean, those grenades, they're usually the second wave, right? The Molotov will go, but it's a second later. The usual nades that go down, they bank off the wall under the colonnade there. So Kenny, he dodges the damage, and he could potentially get a pick, and he's still alive here to go hunting towards this B side as well.
Yeah, there are a couple of people over at A as well making noise. The Titan are really all over the map, controlling whatever they can. I'm guessing they're playing off the entrance here, and Kenny's going to get it on Crims. This is looking really good right now for the Titan team, and they have 40 seconds, which is enough that they can still go back to it if they feel like it.
And Olafmeister and Crims taking a bit of a risk there, really. They had smokes, they had flashes, they could have smoked that off, but they decided to try and run down the clock, and now Kenny S finds Olafmeister as well. That's the B defense gone here for fnatic. The remaining 3 members are still alive, but JW's dropped down to 12 HP, and he does manage to take Kaylee. But this is still a situation where fnatic, they need to get a plant as quickly as possible. Titan once again running down the clock, but Kenny finds Flusha.
That's a triple. I mean, Kenny's having his own way with the game right here. JW will return a kill on Apex, but it has no impact on the game anymore. They have so little health that there's almost no way they can really do this, and Existence will come up with a kill. Pronax, I think fnatic are actually going to be forced to eco fully this time, at which point Titan are going to have a really big lead. Yeah,
a very scary lead. That's where it starts to really get a bit worrisome here, especially with Kenny. I mean, this is the thing, though. This is what's possible for this lineup. The strength of Titan, having Kenny S landing shots, this is what they're capable of. But if they don't have Kenny S landing shots, it's the other side of the coin. And this seems to happen quite often as well. But if they don't have Kenny, then they struggle. Then it's a much slower paced game for them as they try and look for those entry frags. So right now, Kenny is really coming in for Titan, but he needs to keep up this pace throughout this entire half.
And in the battle, sort of individual battle between JW as an AWPer and Kenny as an AWPer, Kenny has a big lead right now, not just because he's hitting the shots, but because JW can't afford the AWP that much, which means Kenny just has way more rounds where he can actually do this. And that's going to come into play. And when the thing is, when JW finally can afford an AWP again, is he going to play as aggressively? You know, by the time they finally save enough for it, it's a big risk throwing it away to running right into Kenny again.
Exactly that, and as he can have enough for the full combo, the death combo, which is the CZ AWP, the one that we've seen him use so effectively, where he just seems to be able to run through entire teams with it. Yeah, JW is very far off the mark here. It's going to be Pronax holding on short, though. This is a good kill position. They put him in here, expecting him to get frags, and he managed to pick up Maniac. Kenny's around the corner. Flash goes through, but now they're going to hunt them down, and there you go. JW manages to get one.
Very nice combo here. Pronax still in the same position, but he's pretty safe. They can't really do much unless they try and grenade him out, and they're down to 2 people on Titan side here. This is almost an eco round for fnatic, but they're making it work here. 3 on 2, still got 45 seconds. KD coming in with the second kill though. Fnatic gotta be careful. Hiding here from Flusher is dangerous, but they're getting very close, and Flusher does a lot of damage, goes for a second shot here. Crims helps him out, and there's the jump shot. Flusher takes them down, and it's gonna be Fnatic winning the round. Finally something going in favor of the Swedish team here. Has to be a bit of a relief for them.
Oh, yeah. And winning an eco round to boot based off of Pronax. I mean, look at this. This Pronax play is just so good. And he opens it up for JW to get in there and kill off Kenny as well. But this was very nicely done here by Flusha, getting behind that box, making sure that Existence can't pick him up for free. And Titan will be thwarted. And Fnatic, this is a great play for them as well because they win an eco round. So now they've got great money on their side to boot. Behind this buy, they basically get to buy whatever they want, and JW can go up to that deadly combo with the AWPCs at 75. They still have money in the bank. So this is going to be a very interesting situation. This is Fnatic's big opportunity to turn things around for themselves here in this first half.
Well, it's definitely out of the question that they could just roll right back and take the next 6 in a row. At which point, it'd still be a pretty good first half for Titan, but it's manageable for the Fnatic team. They have, again, a very standard setup here, and a setup that's actually weak towards Archway, which means if Titans, if they smoke off this way and actually wrap their other way around, this A bomb side could face some trouble.
Pronax waiting around an arch. They're going to be able to rotate over. They could potentially have a crossfire setup, but then Titan are just running through short. They're using the smoke as cover. Titan are pulling a Titan. We haven't seen them do this in ages.
How is JW still alive? He's on 2 health. Getting out of that is ridiculous. And Fnatic are coming out on top. That is an absolute miracle. Now, well, Kenny taking a little bit of damage here. Bomb will go down with 30 seconds left, and it's still a 3-on-4. But because JW is on life support up in those apartments, he could still come in here with a kill, and that would be the cream right there. He's walking out now. Are they going to realize he's up here? He's scoped down into the pit. Flusher picks up a 1 kill here, but it's still up to Kenny looking for the 1. He's going to take down Kenny, and now Maniac in the pit, 1 on 2. They don't have a lot of health. He's going to pick up 1 in the sky here, going for a second kill. He just has to hide for a minute. The bomb is planted, not for him in fact. He's going to be running in here, already defusing. He's going to have to stop, and Maniac clutches it. Fnatic so close. It looked like JW and those apartments, that was going to be the difference.
That was going to make the difference, but again, that pit position player is so crucial. After plant position, CT position, it's just the biggest position on that map right there because of what we just saw. It's so difficult to root him out of there, and then he controls so many angles onto the site. Looking towards long, short, apartments, he can cover everything. And when people are already tagged up on Fnatic, it becomes an easy deal for him to be able to just pick them off at will. So Apex keeping his cool under pressure and clutching it for Titan, and that turns everything around now. Fnatic, they go from winning an eco to being back on eco.
Yeah. This is a really big problem here. Fnatic are, I'd say, mentally a really strong team. It takes a lot to make them break, but obviously they're bending quite far here to Titan's will, and that's an issue, no doubt. JW and Flusher left here. They've not killed anyone yet on the Titan side.
Let's see if Maniac is going to get close enough for JW to spot him. He expects him to go into T apartments right now. Maniac is just waiting, and Flusher is still alive over here. Titans sneaking their way up onto this B side, though. They're leading with the bomb, which could give an opportunity here to Flusha, but he doesn't have a rifle. He's only got the P250. Kenny gonna go for this plant, and Flusha's waiting.
Oh, they decide to wait and actually check the bomb site, so interesting. Titan picking up 1 more round. And Fnatic now again in this situation where they probably have to force just because they don't want to give any more rounds away, but forcing now means no ult for JW. So you're constantly in this dilemma where you have to consider, do you want one or the other? And right now I think the reasonable thing is to skip the ult and go for maybe some aggressive. Actually, they can just afford it. No grenades, but they had just enough money for it. That's really big.
What might have expected is Flag 7, but it's Olafmeister who's rocking that. And Olafmeister taking JW's position right now, so interesting here. But Titan, once again, have taken control of Banana. Only leaving 1 man behind to cause a bit of a diversion over here. It's going to be Titan trying to gear up, poke the defense, force some nades out. And Fnatic don't have a whole lot of nades to work with, so every nade they throw is precious. It's buying precious seconds on the clock for them to get into position to deal with Titan. JW, though, manages to pick up the entry frag. Maniac is down. He goes for the second one, but Kenny catches him with the AK. And this is now Crims over, and Banana manages to shut down Apex. It's all over the place. It's going to be a man advantage now for Fnatic.
Fitting that it's Kenny to get that return frag. It has to be almost like a personal battle between the two right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. Existence will take down Crims, and are they going to commit to it? Yeah, they will, but they didn't count on Pronax. He's in the corner, peeking out. KD will drop him. Now, they are being wrapped around here. Olafmeister, with the timing, it could be perfect. He's very close. There's 40 seconds left. And yeah, he's going to get a free kill right here. That turns it into a 2-on-2. fnatic trying to make it happen. flusha with a kill on Katie. Now it's Existence left. And how does he plant in a 1-on-2 when he's boxed in like this? I hope he has the answer, because I certainly don't. Existence with a spray through, and flusha. Great timing, great teamwork from fnatic, and they will take the round.
They get the save there. But you're right, great teamwork, and I really like where Existence was going with that as well. If he kills off Wolfmeister, he knows that flusha's headshot. So after that, it turns into a 1v1 versus a heavily damaged target. So Existence going for the win there, and just barely falling short. The good teamwork from fnatic, managing to cover those angles together. fnatic now, they desperately need to pick up the remaining 3 rounds, and that was such an expensive round for them that, again, they don't really have the money to go for the big guns here. They're going to have 3 rifles to work with, but it's a double-shotty play, and JW now in the JW position. You're going to see him manage to catch anybody off guard here. Titan, they have to know that he loves being there. But this is also always a very key part of Titan's play. They love to get control of apartments and get in here fast. But now we have to come down to, it comes down to the reactions.
It's the double mag play here, and JW starts off. Olofmeister's also up here. Oh, he misses it, and Olofmeister goes down as well. Somehow, Titan managed to overpower what should have been a really strong defense. Now flusha will take a good kill in there, and it's still not over here. It's a 3-on-3. flusha flashing himself in, goes for the mad spray, misses a lot, and Kaylee actually steals a mag 7 and uses it against fnatic.
Yeah, so that's $900 in his pocket. He's going to be pleased about that. Flash is going out, 45 seconds left. The bomb has not been planted yet. Titan have to pick it up, but instead they're going to leave Apex lurking in mid. That's going to catch Pronax rotating in through quad, and now it's just down to Crims. 1v3, there's no backing off now. Crims, he has to do the best he can to try and stop this and at least pick up a frag, but he's not going to get it. Kaylee with 4 HP. It's incredible that Kaylee is still alive right now.
It really is. And what could Crims possibly do without a kit or anything else here? I mean, he's got a smoke grenade, but he should be running away. What's really remarkable about the round that we just saw is that Titan actually only had 3 rifles going into it and 2 pistols, which meant at some point they had to make a decision. Are we going to give fnatic a 4th round and then make sure we can buy for the rest of the game? Or do we just try and go for the ultimate humiliation and make this 12-3? And that's what they went for.
Exactly. At 12-3, I mean, Titan right now looking very good. There's no doubt about it. This is a CT-sided map, but Titan on the T side are just looking indomitable. And Kenny on the far right there in the picture, he's a big reason why Titan are in this position. So now
I would like, at this point, I'd like to see fnatic go for like a mid push. Just throw everyone down the middle and come down from Banana and try and see if you can crunch in the Titan members. See if you can actually bring them out of playing their own game and you know let fnatic control the pace essentially. That's what I'm hoping they'll try and do, but they are playing it pretty passively again, and Titan seem to be just fine with it.
Titans seem to be just going back to their bread and butter. They're going to lead the charge with Kenny S, let him fish out a frag for them, and then just be able to speed up behind that. It's the apartments play again here. Maniac clears out one of the bedrooms. And now there's going to be a man alive in pit, but it's Olofmeister already taking some severe damage. Pronax with a nice flash and picks up Maniac. He can't get the gun, but still he's going to be able to get it back in position to potentially do some damage here, and he gets another frag. Man advantage now here for fnatic.
Oh, Pronax, that's a sick headshot. Absolutely brilliant. Now it's just Existence. 1-on-3 Pronax, the 5-7 champion, it seems like. And now, well, what could he possibly do from this position? Backup is arriving second for second. Unless they challenge him a lot here, he's going to pick off one. That's Pronax down. They should just wait until he makes the move, but flusha, no patience, takes him down. And look at Devil Walk.
Dude, Devil Walk, he's getting in on this, man. And he is the coach for this team. He's definitely had a hand in getting these guys up to this point. Pronax with the master plans. And also, it's very interesting to see actually how Pronax's game seems to have improved by leaps and bounds as well as Existence since these recent lineup changes. Since Olofmeister and Crims came on here, Pronax has really turned into a terror. And same can be said for Existence. So the leadership really helping here.
Here's the aggressive push I was talking about. This is what I wanted a round ago, but now they're doing it. And actually Existence is shutting them down. Kenny too. JW's picked up the only kill. And Pronax is going to be alive right here. Does take 2. Well, actually just the one with him. And Kaylee's going to shut it down. So fnatic, they run right into the jaws of Titan. But that push was what I was hoping they'd try and do. Obviously,
earlier on in the
doesn't
half,
work
getting
out.
into it. That's the thing.
Doesn't work out. But yeah, I was hoping that would catch, Titan off guard. We've been seeing almost an entire first half of pretty passive play coming out from fnatic. So switching it over all of a sudden, maybe there was a chance. But this is still Titan gunning for a great finish in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they've got a massive advantage at this point. But fnatic, we can't ever count them out of any sort of situation because JW can go just as ham as Kenny S just did. So is definitely not over. Titan are the ones who are going to go for a bit of the mid push right now, and Existence could be in the perfect position. He's calmly clicking away, trying to find the target, and he's not going to get it, but Apex still manages to pick off Flush at a start.
Oh, JW with the opening kill here. fnatic. Pistol round win would have a big impact right now. Kaylee up in the bedroom, and nobody is checking him right now, in spite of the fact that fnatic are making their way there. That's JW again, and Crims also stole a kill in the meantime. Kaylee comes out, takes down Olofmeister, and it feels like it might be too late here for Titan. It's hard for them with 2 people to cover a whole map.
But if Kaylee can get into the right position here on A site, this isn't ideal, though. Kaylee could get caught out in the middle. If he can get back onto the site, though, it is a decent spot to be in, although he does manage to get caught here out in the open. Crims is going to find him in the end. Kaylee kind of indecisive as to where he was going to take up a position there, and he just ends up getting overrun.
Maniac has the kit. But again, this is one of those situations where unless fnatic start making really serious mistakes and go out hunting for a more one at a time, it's just not really going to work. And Maniac actually lets him by. If he sneaks in here... Okay, he's going to go for the shot. He's hoping that no one's close enough by. I wish he would have waited and tried for the Ninja, because there's no way they could have known that. He's going to try for a little bit more, but he's running out of time and health as well. And JW is going to pick it off here. Triple for him in the Rizzle round. And that's a very big relief for fnatic, no doubt. I'm wondering if there was an opening for him to sneak in and defuse there.
He could have snuck in, but if he had just found the bomb on the first try there, he probably could have actually attempted a real defuse.
Yeah.
Because he walks by it here. He gets that kill on Crims, and I thought he saw it, but he just barely misses it. Okay. So he actually had an opportunity to go for a straight defuse there if he wanted to. We know that because we have the X-ray on in the eye in the sky, right? We know that fnatic it would be hard pressed for them to get in a position to stop that, but still.
I'm still impressed by the fact that he let the one guy jump by him, and instead of going back to secure that kill, which he pretty could have got, he just decided, all right, I'm going to try and see if I can wedge myself in here. But fnatic, they're on the less favored side, and they have to win a whole bunch of rounds in a row here. Most importantly, the 4th round.
Exactly right, and already Kenny S managing to spot a man out at Arch. Smoke is going to go down from Titan just to buy some time, and our fnatic going to decide to rush through this. Again, very dangerous situation for fnatic. Seems like they're going to just try and set up positions, wait for these smokes to potentially clear, and see if they can't pick anybody off in the meantime. And there you go, Olofmeister finds Kaylee. So that's going to be a very nice kill there. Do they know that Existence is still alive in the pit, though? Kenny S drawing their eyes to the site, and that's going to open it up for JW, who just barely lives.
Titan standing their ground a little bit here. They're doing some good damage to JW as well, and Olofmeister kind of kept pushing with only 15 health on that P90, just no fear at all on him. But they're going to get in there and get the bomb down, and they've only lost 1 player. So right now, fnatic are playing a better anti-eco than Titan ever did on the first half.
And JW getting caught out like that, that's not going to help things. No rifle to pick up there for Titan, but they do manage to find a Pro 90. They could actually run away with this.
Which is great, because he has armor as well, and he's got a kill, so he can even top it off with buying head armor in the next round if he felt he was feeling really brave. He could go for that. Because I actually think P90 and no head armor is a really big risk. Because you're going to be holding down mouse 1 for a while and being out in the open, there's a big chance someone's going to land one shot on you with one of those Galils or a pistol even.
Exactly, a pistol would just do it, one-shot headshot. But there we go, fnatic picking up another round on this slow trek back to an even board.
And because of the kill, he's got the money bonus anyway. He pretty could sink, you know,
he could pick up the helmet. I mean, that's 350 more.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing is that he took damage on his Kevlar, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he would have to drop the full 1,000.
Yeah, that's true, he did.
And at that point, is it worth it?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So, fnatic inching a little bit closer. If they can just win this next round, then they're going to be within 7 rounds. And then pretty much anything is possible. We'll have to see if Titan's CT side is as good as their terrorist side was. 11-4 in the first half, if you are just joining us. That was the score here. fnatic, not really known for surrendering.
Never. No, they're definitely going to pace themselves. They know they can do this. If they play their game, they know they can walk back into this. They've got the aggression and they've got the tactics, and I'm very curious to see if we're going to see any of the special tactics coming out here. But Kaylee's been boosted up. He gets spotted, though, and he can't quite get the kill there on Flusha. But Apex saying hello with the Pro 90. Gets who? Oh, Kenny manages to rob him, but still, there's JW with the ultra flank, and that's going to open everything up here. fnatic are going to be able to get out onto this A site now.
Very nicely saved there from JW. That's actually pretty important. Maniac in the corner here. USPS in hand does actually take down Olofmeister, which leaves it in an interesting 1-on-2 here. Existence has no grenades, no armor, and also does not have a defuse kit. So fnatic shouldn't be able to lose this. And yeah, JW, no fear at all. And look at this. That is how you want to see JW play. And there wasn't a lot of that in the first half. partially because he didn't have a lot of money and maybe also lost a couple of early battles to Kenny. But you want to see JW in that kind of comfort zone.
Yeah, he needs to be taking those aggressive fights and just winning those duels. And this is an opportunity for him now to do just that. 20 frags. I mean, he's still top fragging for fnatic.
Yeah.
Which is just incredible. But he's going for an AK right now, or Galil on his side.
Titan, look at this aggression. Trying what fnatic did as well, and it works way better. Kaylee picking up 2 quick kills. And now they control the center of the map. And fnatic, what can they do at this point?
They can cross their fingers and hope. And because Kenny's now tracked down Olofmeister as well, it's going to be just Crims alive here. Second mid with the bomb. He's going to be able to just kind of float about and see if he can't catch somebody from Titan. There's no point in him rushing things here.
So the kind of power play that we're seeing here from Titan does actually work on fnatic. And fnatic weren't ready for it. They were trying to play at their own pace, getting their own rhythm into it, and Titan breaks it apart. That's why you want to go for that kind of push. Some of the first teams we've seen do it is actually Virtus Pro. We're really happy with doing stuff like that.
And Na'Vi.
And Na'Vi also a team that's been prone to doing stuff like that.
I mean, that play makes perfect sense considering the scoreline right now. I mean, Titan have got a huge lead as far as they're concerned, so they can go for YOLO plays. You know, push down mid, push into second mid, do whatever they want, really, because they still have a couple of rounds to burn here. fnatic, they're on the least favorite side, and Crims does manage to find a kill on Apex, but there's still a second man here to stop him from getting that bomb plant.
Yeah, if he got a bomb plant right now, that would be a huge performance or a huge achievement by Crims. He's walking up, and he's going to get taken down. Kenny all the way from CT spawn. So a good attempt from Crims. Maybe if he were to find that one guy in there, he could have got the bomb down as well. That would have been up. That would have been terrific. But now, fnatic are in a pretty tight spot. They haven't lost that many rifles in the previous rounds, and they probably will try and force it up anyway. Yeah, they will. So it's not that many grenades, but they'll be all right. This is decent.
They still have the AWP on JW. No target to go for here quite yet, but Kenny is lurking, and JW wins the duel. There we go. JW waking up, gives the entry frag to fnatic.
That has to feel good, right?
Oh, yeah. That's like Christmas early right there.
A little bit. Bomb still over in second mid. Apex having a weird duel over here with Flusher. Nobody really knows where the other guy is, but whoever loses their patience first and decides to go take a peek could end up in a really bad position. Archway and also Pit being controlled fairly well by Titan. We can see the position on the minimap up there. Existence. He can afford to stand like this in the open because he knows he's been covered from the other angle until that point. And now Apex goes down. Flusher walks out and takes down that shot. And that's actually the B bomb site pretty much open for business. Katie's going to be in here with the AWP, but there's going to be a smoke, no doubt, to cross here.
Yeah, there goes the smoke. That's the only one. He takes one shot. He's just a hair too early. He's got a molly to throw down as well. Incendiary, that's going to be able to slow things down somewhat for fnatic, but they're still going to be able to get up on this site, and they're still going to get the bomb plant. And they don't hesitate. They put it down immediately. They want to get this clock ticking. Oh, and Pronax through the smoke. He took a leaf out of Flush's book there.
He heard him walking, thunderfooting away, making a little bit too much noise. And yeah, Existence and Maniac now just trying to hold on to these rifles, and it's Maniac doing it in a strange place here.
Yeah, up in apartments right now. Existence is in pit, and that's why they want to consolidate. The only thing they don't know there is that Olofmeister's behind. And Olofmeister actually putting some shots out there.
Maniac trying to run away with his really expensive rifles, and Olofmeister is actually going to be going down, so really smart play from Maniac here, but fnatic win the round, and that's what we got to hold on to here, because they're fighting from behind, they're getting a little bit closer all the time. And it's not done yet. It's definitely nothing is said and done at this point.
Every round is crucial. Every round is crucial. It's just one round at a time, and that's the thing. The ability of these players at this point to just screen out everything else and just say, okay, we may be behind, but it's just that one round. As long as we can keep picking them up, we'll just do something else in the next round if we're limited on money, whatever. And there you go. JW once again picks up the kill on Kenny S.
Fantastic.
And it really seems like the T-op is the most powerful weapon here right now on Inferno, Anders.
Just changes. Could go either way, but he's got the ankle right through the smoke. Absolutely beautiful, and that's another bit opening kill here. That is what fnatic need. That's exactly what Titan did as well. Existence will get the return here on Crims, and Titan right now actually have to be a little bit concerned, because the 4-round difference here is not that great. This is within the realm where fnatic could definitely make a comeback happen.
Oh, certainly, certainly. They are currently walking up onto the site, but I'm glad that they're all grouped up. If they can take this fight, Kaylee does manage to pick up the entry, though, and this is going to slow things down for fnatic. And he's going to get into position from pit as well, and this is such a difficult position to get him out of.
This, and they have a second member here at the bomb site, and there's already a rotation happening. fnatic are actually in a horrible spot right now. As long as Titans stay cool, they're going to be fine. What a sick shot. And oh my God, JW, he gets the second one. He's looking for the ace. He's got just 7 bullets and he's going to go for it in the corner now. It's a one-on-one. He misses that shot. There's 25 seconds left and he's got 6 health. And he's going to go with a CZ. Sprays here. Existence trapped in the corner. Now 20 seconds. He gets the ace. Are you kidding? Oh my God, fnatic, they win that round.
Get out, JW! Gonna go walk that off real quick. Like, I don't know what to think after that round.
That has to be considered one of the most insane aces we've seen all year. That was a very, very tricky position there, and the no-scope through the box. Yeah, that's a game changer. Fnatic are feeling the fire right now. You can tell now they're fired up. Titan are ecoing as well, so they're gonna have even more of a momentum boost here, Fnatic. That kind of play can spark a very big comeback.
Absolutely, that's gonna get them warmed up here. Incredible. JW, this is why. Absolutely incredible. And now we go into this. There's only 3 rounds separating these teams. Titan have to eco. Fnatic can bring this to 10-12 before Titan can do really anything about it. They did invest in a couple smokes here, Titan, so they're going to be able to burn some time off this clock. And they're playing very passively. They want to try and force Fnatic into some uncomfortable angles to try and make use of these pistols, but this is still this should still be Fnatic's round if they can walk up here and play correctly. Yeah. Don't take any risks. Just watch each other's backs. Don't split off from the group to let Titan pick up a rifle if they were to get a kill.
Yeah, the position that Titan's in right now here towards the pit is really good if Fnatic go this way, but because Fnatic have so many people coming in from Archway, they're going to get shot down from a long range here. So I actually think, Fnatic have chosen the right path, though Katie will pick up a pretty good kill, and they got to be a little bit careful at least. Existence down in the pit's going to get shot down eventually, and coming through the smoke, Pronax sees it happening a little bit early, and Kenny does go down. It's still actually a very, very strong eco round here from Titan. This 2-on-1 is not quite over yet. Apex gonna pick up the rifle. Flash goes in. He's trapped, and Pronax will take him down. So scary for Fnatic. Closer than it should have been.
Way too scary, you're right. And that's a very expensive round for Fnatic, even though, if they eco now, they're doomed. They still don't want to be giving up that many guns, especially to an eco round from Titan. That was way too close for comfort. Titan not wasting any time either, just really committing to the fact that this was going to be the A play. And as soon as they knew it, they just had everybody collapse in there, going through smokes and everything. So Fnatic, it really does turn into a very close position once basically Titan are deciding, okay, we're going to run through anything you throw at us.
And the problem for Fnatic is that because they lost 3 members in that last round, they're now in a position where if they lose, then Titan, they're actually going to be forced to eco. Titan could get a big bounce ahead here if they just win this one round, but on the other hand, Titan almost have no money either, so a lot of the remainder of this first map here is going to get decided on who wins this particular round.
Fnatic are currently just holed up. It's a bit of an opposite nip here. 4 players on the A side, and they're going to be able to gear up and try and push around in apartments. But Titan are actually got a bit of a triangle going on right now. They do have Kenny S holding in the noob corner, looking towards Arch, so he's going to be their point man, their first line of defense. And otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a trick. He's going to try and play tag with Kaylee, who's holding around the corner.
Great grenade.
Yeah, that's a nice nade.
Can we get a follow-up as well, or a Molotov or anything? Otherwise, it's just a bit of damage, and 1 grenade is not going to be enough to kill him. I wish they could have followed up on that, but well, they're still pushing into the middle here. Oh, that's a nice follow-up grenade. Actually, Crim's dropping very low, and now Fnatic, they feel it. It's time. 25 seconds. They're going to be pushing into this. We'll pick up 1, and he's falling back just at the wrong time, but Kenny's there with the kill. The return again. Kaylee and Existence, and now Flusher in a very tough 1-on-4 here. He's going to be going down. So solid defense on Kaylee, in fact, in that inside the bomb site. And that means no bomb plant and no money here for Fnatic. I doubt very seriously if they have enough to buy. I can't see them doing it now.
No, they might be going to pistols and just maybe trying to go for a rush play here, just trying to get some damage in versus Titan, get the round over and get back onto rifles. Yeah, it's going to be a very close eco. JW, the only one picking up a CZ75 here, the only one investing in this round at all, in fact. But they do decide to spread out across the map right now, and they have gathered. So Fnatic still willing to slow play this.
And JW actually ran up alone with the CZ then. Crims would have been a nice opening, but JW also falls. Don't think Fnatic could expect to get too much done, although obviously winning an eco round at this stage in the game, that's gonna get the hype going again.
If they can, they haven't done a point of damage to Titan yet, and Titan are still holding all the angles. Fnatic are grouped up, and they're going to be going over to a short, which is the right call for them. There's only one guy here holding, but it's Kenny, and he's got an AK, and he's already going to be geared up to cover this corner. As soon as they go running past, he's going to cut them down. Good spray control there by Kenny, and he's actually managing to miss everything. So he turns to the pistol and gets the job done. That was a bit touch and go there for a second. Fnatic still, though, they are not done yet. They should be able to go for a pretty decent buy at this point.
Bit of a silent tension going on here in Globe, and as the home team is struggling a little bit, but it's only the first map, so it's a best of 3. They're a little bit too late to get panicked, and JW does have the AWP on him again, so let's see if he's going to change the tides here. Titan playing this very safely. They had one round where they went super aggressive in the middle, and then they're right back to playing very defensively here. Kaylee does actually peek up a little bit here, and is going to fall back to a safer position. You could see he wanted to use the smoke, but actually the more time that takes before he puts down that first smoke, the better it is. So heads up play from him.
Exactly. Bit of the panic mode there, just in case that he heard them speeding up behind him. But once he did, he realized, okay, it's all right. They're holding off. Decides to save it a little bit longer. We're at a minute now on this clock. Flusha is the one who's trying to apply a little bit of pressure here up in Banana, doing it solo as well. So
look at this archway. They're actually getting really far up here. They have a big opening if they can just drop Kenny. This is going to be a big crunch on the A-bomb side. Kenny is actually the guy who has to stay alive, and now Fnatic are getting closer to the bomb side all the time. Are they going to stay with it?
No, that's okay. Because that bomb is floating back towards mid right now.
That's a pretty sick angle that Kaylee just found then. Instant headshot on JW. That was rifle versus AWP, and actually Kaylee comes out on top. Pronax wants to sneak around. They're going to go back towards it here. Fnatic, this is kind of do or die time. If they lose this round, they won't have anything. And Kenny and Kaylee, and then Existence cops it up, and now Crims alone. In a 1-on-5, if he could actually run away with the AWP, that would be good, because Fnatic aren't going to have anything in the upcoming round.
Yeah, they're not going to let him get away from this, though. Titan have plenty of money to buy in the next round. They're just going to try and throw bodies at him. But hey, Crims, he shows up the AWP. It works part-time as a shoddy, too, to make ends meet.
Yeah, 4 seconds, 3 seconds here. He has to at least either die before the time or stay alive the whole round. That's the key thing. I don't think they're going to be able to find him.
All right, so he does manage to hold on to that. So JW is going to be pleased. But at this point, they're going to be force buying. Regardless of where they stand right now, they have to force buy Fnatic. They have to keep Titan off of match point. Well, they are on match point right now, but they have to keep Titan, obviously, from picking up this last round to put them on 16. So there's no option left here for Fnatic. They need to play a perfect half.
Was 11-4 in the first half. Now we're at 15-10 here. Titan have really played a strong game on Inferno so far. Molotov goes out here, and Fnatic wanted to put a lot of pressure on, and Flusha standing and shooting in fire is generally never a good idea. And that's going to put them in a bad position. Crims actually, he held on to it, and actually is going to take down Apex. All right.
It's going to wake things up. That's going to rattle Titan a little bit. JW taking a little bit of damage there, but he's going to manage to dodge it in the end. olofmeister sneaks right back down mid with that smoke. And it looks like now of all times, Fnatic, they're gearing to change things up. A little bit of a boost here so that JW can look at the back line behind that site. Nobody going to be holding there, however, for Titan. They're holding up close, and the crossfire is set up.
This is going to be tough. There's still 2 people here. There's a smoke up as well, and yeah, Kenny's shown up for the party, and Maniac all the way at the back here. So more than the smoke comes up. No scope here from Kenny. Goes for the second one. Maniac's going to pick it up, and Fnatic, they're in a tough spot. They still bring it into a 2-on-2, and they're going to have time to put the bomb down. Pronax planting already, and Kaylee trying to put some shots through. Be great for Fnatic. If they win this round, the comeback could actually happen. Kaylee's jumping up. He's on the grill, looking over at the corner. And it's ticking away. They both have a kit right now, so they have some time. And there's going to be the first pickoff happening now. It's all on Crims here, the hero of last round. Saved the AWP. He's going to put it to use. Gets that 1 kill. It's a double. Can he get another one? Kaylee walking in and actually making some noise. And Crims trying to fake him out. He goes for the scope again. Ticking away. And Crims, he does it. An exceptional triple kill. Saves the AWP 1 round. Uses it the next round to extend the game for 1 more time. And if they make a comeback based off of this 1 AWP that they're just keeping alive all the time, that's gonna be pretty cool.
That's gonna be incredible if they do. I mean, look at this by Crims though. He's so patient, waits for Kaylee to come on in, get close, and then just point blank.
They're all no
so
scopes as well.
Done. Very well done. And that's going to allow Fnatic a little bit of breathing room here. They're going to hand that AWP back over to JW. They're going to have rifles on Fnatic as well. Titan still bought, however.
Yeah, but the thing to consider is there's a 4-round difference, but these aren't all going to be buy rounds for Titan. If they start losing too much more, if we bring up the scoreboard really quickly here, yeah, look at this. This is the main difference here. Titan, they're going to have this buy round, and if they lose, they're probably going to have 1 more. but the other two are going to be they're going to be questionable.
They're going to eco the next if they lose this one.
Yeah.
If they can't hold on to any guns.
And then after that, they have one more round where they could potentially buy, and that's it. They have this round and one more buy round, and the other 2 rounds are most likely going to be
weird force mix.
Weird force mix buys.
Oh, JW, he had an opportunity there. Goes for the repeat, not going to get it. And Apex, he's still alive. He's waiting around the corner. Is Apex going to peek this or no? Okay, it's just going to be smoke going down. No risks taken here. JW with the shot, but it's not going to happen there.
Yeah, going for B right now would be a big mistake because I'm pretty sure Maniac still has smoke in that bomb site, and with 30 seconds left, that is going to be almost certainly a slaughter unless they can land. Yeah, look at it. Second smoke going up here. Smoke timing is really cool for Titan right now. This is going to be almost impossible for fnatic. They try anyway and take some time there actually, using a lot of bullets. Apex only 2 left, and he's going to get the other one here, and Maniac shots down 2 more, and this is all down to the smoke timings from Titan. Very nice played. And JW, well, 1 on 5 is too much even for him to handle, especially with 10 seconds left. So Titan are going to take the first map here on Inferno.
And there you have it, 16-11, the final score. Titan, after an incredible first half, will carry it over in the end. And fnatic now having to bounce back in this sort of situation. They're down 0-1 in a best-of-3 series here on home turf.
Yeah. It is that position that they were in there, fnatic at the end. When they end up pushing up to the top of Banana and they hear the smoke going down in about 40 seconds, they don't necessarily know there's another smoke waiting. So they probably think, we'll wait until it's gone and then we'll go. When they hear the second smoke, they have no more time to go back to A. They actually had almost no way to play that.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. They boxed themselves in.
Yeah.
At that point, there's no time to back off. They have to just go through it. But Apex and Maniac really set it up well. And Maniac's position as well, where he runs forward like that, he's aiming to get ahead of the flash. So the flash goes out behind him and he's not going to be blinded by it. So then it just turns into a turkey shoot. If they come through that smoke, he's going to be standing right there. And, well, he's going to light them all up. But now Thorin is back here. He's joined us. And Thorin, what are your first impressions so far? I mean, that first half, let's go through the first half already.
Yeah, the first half was wonderful for Titan. I mean, I've always said, like, the greatest teams in history in Counter-Strike are all really good on T-side, because any team on a CT bias map can get 9, 10 rounds. That's quite standard for top teams, but the greatest teams set themselves apart on T-side. And actually, obviously, Existence has been famed for T-sides. He's one of the tactical masterminds, and his new team's working great here. They were able to completely just... They just threw fnatic off all the time. fnatic couldn't get many retakes, actually, when the bomb would go down. And overall, you thought, actually, that maybe Titan could even just stomp the first map. Yeah. But we were obviously able to see a bit of a comeback.
A bit of a comeback, and this is a little bit worrying, because what we went into this thinking, fnatic are probably going to feel pretty comfortable on Inferno, and then maybe Dust 2 is going to be the map that's where Titan will have a chance to get some traction. So, I mean, what do you think went wrong for fnatic in this round? There were a lot of early battles that Kenny has won. Did that have an impact? Yeah,
because as you saw, initially JW would buy the AWP and re-peak him again, even though Kenny S was clearly getting the upper hand on that battle. Also, Kenny S's entry game was just completely on. Remember that round when they were going B and he literally just like picked apart 2 guys as you're going in? If you're an AWPer, you don't want to be going in first in those scenarios, actually, because there's like 3 angles you can be shot at simultaneously. But obviously, it was built into the tactic. They knew what they were doing. He had someone covering him. He had the cover in that sense. I also thought a big issue for fnatic as well was, even though the way the game ended, you're going to think to yourself, oh, Crims had a good game. He had that great round where he was saving the AWP, and then he won the 1v2. Actually, that guy never showed up on the first half. And this is a key point to me, because when fnatic had this run recently where they won Star Ladder and they finished second at ESL, and then this massive online run of just beating everyone, Crims was looking like the best player in the world. This guy was looking absolutely incredible. But at this tournament so far, I haven't really seen him turn up in the semi-final yet, and that's what was worrying. And as Anders says, I would have thought for sure fnatic will win the first map. Inferno's theirs, then maybe Titan can win Dust 2, and then we'll have a third map if it goes to that. At the moment, it's looking like Titan can win this in 2.
Yeah.
Well, okay, go ahead.
I was going to say another player to bring up is actually Olofmeister, who, I mean, this seemed like if someone was going to win this, it was going to be maybe between Pronax and JW. And having 2 people perform is just it's not enough. They needed more, I think.
It's not enough. I mean, I'm wondering exactly how much it played into the fact that Crims wasn't able to be here, you know, that he just barely got to the event before. You know, we're talking about how a lot of these teams had time to get mentally prepared and in place, you know, watching the games beforehand, the first semifinal match, being able to take time to warm up properly, set up with the team. And Crims had to come in here and just sit down and go. And
Yeah.
so I'm wondering how much of an effect that had, because Titan, they were really pummeling them over on the B side, and Olofmeister as well, not really able to fill in for that fact that Crim's not really hitting the shots. And I think you're absolutely right with the whole situation of Crims was the point man a lot of the time here since this new lineup picked up. You were looking at it and you're just like, it's incredible that Crims, and you're wondering if it's Pronax, like in his genius, has put him in this role where he can finally shine like this. Because on LGB, Crims was never that point man for the team. There was just far too much star power. I mean, Dennis, Olofmeister, you just had these guys who could walk around and get frags at will. So Crims took a step back, but now it seems like on Fnatic, he's their boy, and yeah, this time around he didn't really show up. JW as well.
I mean, if you think about it, Fnatic didn't really get the game that close. They got it sort of close, and that was with 2 miraculous rounds. That was with the round that JW won with the AWP through the box. Like, that should have been an unwinnable round.
Yeah.
Then you had Crims winning the 1v2 there, where it looked like, okay, they've got enough time, they're going to get to him eventually. So they won miraculous rounds, and they still got beaten by a decent enough margin overall. So this is worrying if you're a Fnatic fan, actually, because now you're going on to, in theory, one of their most played but weakest maps. So
Yeah.
I'd be concerned now if I was part of the home crowd.
So,
So
going
now
into the second map here,
Yeah.
how is this going to play out for Fnatic? Now, if this was a team like Virtus Pro, for instance, I would actually feel fairly comfortable that VP could bounce right back and win the second map. Because in tournaments, they're a team that are like, really, very strong to play these kind of best of threes. Do you think Fnatic have a similar quality? Have they been together for long enough to be able to have that strength?
The problem is they haven't really. Like, they've only been together a couple of offline events, like 3. And overall, they've actually fallen apart, all of them except the last one, the Starladder one. They've always had a point in the tournament where they'd been playing great to that point, but then they have like a bit of a letdown. And also, they're a team in general who, they go 3 maps in series. Aside from at Starlight, even at Starlight, in fact, a bunch of the series there, they lost maps to Na'Vi there as well, even though they were seemingly in full force. So it is a bit concerning there. Like, I'm not sure that they, like you say, a team like Virtus Pro or even NIP when they were in their previous form, you always knew, like, okay, they can mentally reset, like, okay, forget that map, we will win this one, and then we'll go to the third map.
Yeah.
Whereas actually with Fnatic there, I think Fnatic thought that they were going to come back to this first map and they were going to win it, and then, we fixed everything. And they didn't have quite enough at the end.
They didn't have the money. Their money was constantly getting broken through the economy. But now going into Dust 2, it's already a map. We're going into this best of 3 series. We're already thinking, okay, Inferno is going to be their map. They're going to be heavily favored on that. And then Dust 2 is going to be the map that they're going to struggle on. A lot of us saying, well, that may be the map that they actually lose, and then they come back and take cash. But now it's turned into a situation where Fnatic need the next 2 maps. And after watching this kind of play right now, how do you think this is going to develop on Dust 2?
After what I saw in Inferno there, a team like Fnatic, especially how good they are now, like I said, that stat I threw out at the beginning, Fnatic was 20-1 with this new lineup on Inferno, and the only loss was that third map in the final against NiP, who were doing all this miraculous stuff. So you almost could take that out of the equation and say they're unbeaten on it. Now they've just lost there in very unconvincing fashion on their CT side. You'd expect a team with their caliber of players to be locking down the sites, amazing retakes. So if Existence can do that to them on Inferno, then potentially on Dust 2 Terror's side, this is a very good map for Titan.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of that can then work is that if JW is going to be hitting that, extreme level of insanity where he does, kill 5 people in one round and no scopes through the box and all of that stuff, on Dust 2 he could potentially be way more mobile. Like, it's easier for him to have a bigger impact because he can get a kill one spot, quickly move over, but it still does revolve then around having JW carry for 3 people, which is not a great idea.
And he has to win that battle with Kenny S again.
Exactly.
As soon as you open up JW to be more mobile with the AWP, you do the same to Kenny S. He can have more of an impact. Actually, Inferno's not that great a map if you're the kind of AWP for Kenny S's, actually. You don't really want to be in that kind of scenario. Open the game up, and if Kenny S has a good game here, it's over pretty much. I actually think Titan's going to win now, 2-0.
Yeah,
You want to
there
be
it
as
is.
I
bold?
don't think it's that
What do you
much of a
think,
stretch
Anders?
anymore.
That's not, that's not out of the question.
You throwing it though? You throwing it though? Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not out of the question. I thought this was going to be 2-1 Fnatic to begin with.
So did I.
Yeah.
I would have agreed.
But yeah, right now 2-0 seems like a not an unreasonable idea. And Titan also have Kaylee. So once they get to the CT side, they could have Kenny be the super mobile AWPer that's all over the map, and they can have Kaylee holding down potentially one bomb site, and always know that more than likely that's going to be on lockdown.
I don't think that's going to be the thing, though. I think what's going to happen is what we saw yesterday. A lot of clever boosts, a lot of clever plays, boosting over smoke at mid doors, catching Fnatic off guard that way. Also aggressive pushes where they close in pincer movement into upper dark. That worked quite a bit. So I'm thinking Titan are going to be the ones who are going to be trying to dictate the pace with some clever CT plays, rather than just going for the standard tried and true double op play, which we know they're capable of with Kaylee and Kenny. they're going to get creative with Apex, and Apex loves to play very aggressive. Existence as well, since this new lineup has come in, they love to go for aggressive pushes up mid. So Dust 2 is a map that this can really work on. You know, if Lady Luck gives you a wink and Kenny S is landing the shots like this, there's no reason why you can't just go completely aggressive on your CT side and dominate again.
And by the way, actually, Titan is one of the teams where I said this to Anders before today, actually. I thought actually Titan is a better matchup, in my opinion, for Fnatic than LDLC, because the style of play of LDLC and Fnatic is too similar to really make it like they're going to beat them. I think that Fnatic has a more skilled team. But Titan has the style that actually works best against Fnatic, where you've got like slower attacks, very tactical approach. You can have dual op setups. In general, you've got like the more set approach to tactics as opposed to kind of like the more freeform style that Pronax has. So I think Titans, maybe they have the formula to beating Fnatic here.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how quickly Fnatic might go for the double op play of their own, because Olofmeister, we can't forget, is a very capable opper in his own right. So they could very well bust that out as well, Fnatic. Using JW and Olofmeister together, Olofmeister usually playing on the B side as well, so they could potentially just lock down that site with that sniper rifle. But right now it looks like this is not going to go Fnatic's way in the knife unless Flusha manages the 1v3.
It could be done. When they have half health like this, it can, but Titan are going to come out on top. Question is, do they stay or not? Kind of goes both ways on Dust 2, and I'm not really sure it's going to make that much of a difference here going into it. But we're in the second map here. It's Dust 2 for DreamHack Stockholm. CSGO Invitational, so welcome to the show, everyone here. Titan versus Fnatic, and it's a one-map lead currently for Titan. What an upset! It's been a whole tournament of upsets so far.
That it has. This has been really fascinating to see, especially since Titan. Or I think a lot of this plays into what was said initially.
They won't be able to see it on camera and stick it there, I guess.
Yeah, we can still hear you, Thorn. So, what a lot of this is going to play down to. A lot of this is going to come down to, for the third time here, is going to be Titan basically not caring. And that's what Maniac said in the interview before this match actually got started off here in this best of three is, you know, we actually have no pressure in this match. We're coming into it. We don't really have too many plans. We're just going to kind of go by feel, because we know that this is just a tournament that we're looking to test the team on as far as like the land stress. Yeah. And if we can actually manage to get anything going, excellent, right? And so far, I think that actually made a bit of a difference in their play, because Kenny S looked unleashed there in that first half.
Thing is, that mentality actually, when Maniac said that, I got really worried, because I completely understand the argument you can make and say, all right, if you're relaxed, then you're not going to be feeling as much pressure. You'll be, you'll have that extra room to just work around with. But at the absolute top level, like, elite competition, I feel like the last, 2% that you're going to need, they don't come from being relaxed. They come from being like like an elite competitor and really taking the game ultra seriously. So I was worried about that, but obviously it's been working for Titan anyway. And I mean, now that they're feeling it, I mean, they can feel that kill coming in. They're going for it now. So I'm pretty sure Titan are going to be super focused. I think there's a different kind of pressure on them here. And now we're live with the game, and already Apex moving up pretty aggressively, and he's going to be able to fall back. Still got Kaylee up here, and that's a great opening headshot. Crims is down. Yeah,
Crims picking up that first frag is going to be big. Apex is here, and I'm not surprised to see this as well. Apex in existence, they love to stack up mid right now. This has been a go-to play for Titan, but yeah, Fnatic are definitely going to be the ones who have the home crowd behind them as well here. So there's even more incentive for them to win, whereas Titan are just like, okay, let's see what can happen. Apex and Existence just splitting the difference, and right now Fnatic are running into a brick wall. Titan have chosen to go on CT side, and for good reason. Clearly, they're feeling confident. The bomb is dropped in the middle of nowhere, Anders.
Yeah, JW trying his very best, but it is, in fact, a flawless eke around coming in here from Titan. Almost everyone helping out. And yeah, that kind of start is kind of hard to deal with if you're Fnatic. You just lost the first map that you probably felt really confident on, and then going into the second map, you're already starting to feel a little bit down. But they're a professional team at the same time, and I think they're gonna be able to bounce back here.
Yeah, P250 bot up here for Fnatic, no armor. So despite not getting that plant, they're counting on being able to pick up a plant here. Kaylee is gonna be grinning from ear to ear though, because his gun is perfect for this situation. No Kevlar to stop the hail of bullets, and Kaylee picks up two, Maniac picks up another, and this is looking like another round for Titan. Olofmeister trying to do his best here to do some kind of damage, but then a nade comes sailing in and ends him. So Titan just controlling the pace so far in this match, and a good call there by Kaylee to have that Pro 90 in that sort of situation.
Yeah, and something also worked for him, which is that Fnatic slowed it down once they got out there. Actually, if they kept running, they would have caught him with a flashbang out in the middle of long. So yeah, the timing worked a little bit there. Fnatic hesitating just a second, but They're still going to be ecoing here. They haven't got a bomb plant yet. So a couple of grenades is what they invest in, which I'm a big fan of, just investing in a few flashbangs and maybe a smoke too. And they're going to be running up short. I think they want to go for a really quick plant here if they could be allowed.
Well, JW gets picked out of midair. Apex is just wreaking havoc. He picks up the 2 kills before anything can happen here. Olofmeister may have the opportunity to pick up Kenny. Kenny actually going for an AWP, which is a bit of a risk, but then Kaylee Existence, they're just pushing around on this map. One big victory here for Fnatic is that they do get the plant, so they will get that bonus money. But they don't have a whole lot of money from frags, and that's also going to come back to bite them a little bit here.
Yeah, but that one bomb plant, that's exactly what they wanted. So it's kind of cool. They invested the flashbangs and the smoke actually to smoke off middle and flash over middle to make sure they wouldn't get picked off from that angle. And then, you know, they eventually got up there. It looked like it was going to be a little bit hit and miss, as Kenny could have maybe dropped Olofmeister, but it works out at the end. And Titan will still take a third round, of course, no doubt about that. But going into the fourth one, now Fnatic can at least afford equipment, and it's going to be time for the AWP battle again, I'm sure.
No, that it is. This is what it's all going to come down to. I think a lot of the pace is going to be set from here. JW with the AWP over on Fnatic, and Kenny with his. And already it seems like we've got some flashes going out. And this is it. Kenny is going for the aggression. This is very interesting here. This is usually a Shoxy play, but Kenny's already looking towards the lower dark. He could have a target here just dancing on the edge, and Fnatic, they're wise to it. They don't fall for the play at all.
Oh, but they are going to get caught off by Apex coming back from top of mid, and there actually is the double up already on Titan's side. Kaylee and Kenny both, so it's a big investment from the French, Belgian, Swiss team to pick up this early. But if they lose the round, they will have thrown away almost 10,000 in 2 guns. But if they win it, maybe it's worth it.
Now we have to see exactly how Fnatic are going to be able to pick up a frag here, because they're going to have to root Apex out of that position. And it's also Kenny who's holding on plateau. It all comes down to JW shot. And Kenny manages the headshot first. He wins the duel outright, and Titan have now got a 2-kill lead in this round. Fnatic, 40 seconds left on this clock, and they're still no closer to getting onto a site.
Pronax running up close here. It's 2-on-5, and he's going to come in here and just kick up the first kill there on Existence, goes for a second shot. And this would be a pretty sick round if they could win it, but Pronax is now trapped, and Kenny will pick up 2 quick kills in succession, makes it a quad kill in total. And Titan, they are just looking very strong right now. I'm trying to think what Fnatic need to do, but Titan not giving them very many openings. It's not like Titan are playing aggressively, so you could wait for that to really work out. And even if they are, they're doing it in still, you know, in a way where they have like a buddy system going on. They can usually get return frags.
And here's the boost system that we were talking about a little bit before. They go for the double up, but then, oh, it's the tower, it's a slaughter. They run right into it. Kenny could get a third, and he does. Olofmeister on Cat gets picked off, but that's about as good as it works there for Titan. They don't lose the bottom man. Kenny S gets tagged down to half, but he gets 2 frags, and Apex gets 1. And those are the kind of towers that we saw yesterday in the group phase as well. Titan used them very effectively.
And they did. Fnatic not finding much luck in this round either. Flusher and Crim's best thing they could do right now is try and get the bomb down. Kaylee actually will miss a shot that he almost looked like he was going to have, and not going to miss the second one. And Flusher not going to make it out at all. So Titan, that's a flawless round. This double up setup here is really locking down the map, and there are a few different ways you can deal with it. And most commonly, it involves smoke grenades. So if they can get the right smokes in here, that's definitely going to make a big difference. But yeah.
This is how it breaks down sometimes. But it's rare, actually, that you see it so work so effectively, the double op sort of strat. Coming out here from Titan, Kenny and Kaylee, both of them world-class offers. And they got the rifle so early on that Fnatic now, it's like Inferno all over again. Fnatic they have their money wrecked in these key rounds, and they're just constantly going to have to go back to pistols, and this happens. Apex with a triple spray down at the mid doors, and Kenny's waiting, goes for the flick, doesn't get it, but Flusha, he gets his kill.
Yeah, but still not going to be quite enough here. Pronax, good shot early on, but nowhere near enough. Titan are just playing some exceptionally cool Counter-Strike right now. One of the things that worried me about this lineup, and one of the reasons why I've been thinking initially that the LDLC lineup would have a lot more traction early on, is because it's probably easier to make it work, whereas with Existence as the leader, the guy in the middle here calling all the shots, I imagine it would take a lot longer before Titan started performing at this level. I had no doubt that they would be able to do it eventually, but I was thinking probably a couple of months. And right now, they seem like they're already there. It's Kenny going to pick off Pronax. It is another buy round here for Fnatic, and they're already losing players. Look at this nonsense.
Yeah, Just Kenny is all over the map at this point. He's going to manage to go from mid doors into B and manage to lock down that site practically single-handedly. Now, Existence could rotate off if he wants to, but this is the combination over on the B site for Titan. In the meantime, Fnatic are deciding to move up on Cat. They're going to try and take a crack at this site, but guess what? Kaylee is here, and he's just as dangerous.
Yeah, good flashbang in there. Still a 3-on-5. Nice opening if they can get one right here. Take down Kaylee, then push into the bomb site. Flusher actually jumps down middle, but gets scoped by Kaylee, who saw it coming a little bit away. Now JW is going to go down, and Kaylee, his turn to pick up 3 kills right then and there. And Titan are getting excited. You can't blame them for it.
No, this is looking way too good for them at this point. Wherever Fnatic go, they're just getting obliterated by the op. Kenny in mid at the beginning, and then swaps over to the B site. When they go over to A site, Kaylee just nukes them into oblivion. This is looking like Titans game 7-0 right now on the CT side of Dust 2, no less.
Maniac goes down, so a little bit of an opening here. Apex still alive, sprays, but doesn't connect, and it's JW with the follow-up kill. I think it is about time that Fnatic got a round on the board, and maybe they feel the same. The smoke is actually going to prevent any kind of open going on here from Kaylee, but he's going to run up close, and is he going to go for a jump shot here? He scopes once. There's a good chance he could do this. This one doesn't connect. He tries again, and bomb should be going down. So he gives up on the jumping shenanigans, and now Existence running up here. How are they going to defend this? They're kind of all trapped. Fnatic actually aren't in great positions. The only thing they have is they have a guy down long, and that's good. But Titan could retake this bomb site right here. Kaylee and Existence coming in with the kills. Now it's JW left alone in a 1-on-3. He's down on long, and there's the first kill happening. He's got to clutch this. The smoke is off. He can't see a thing, and he's going to have to run.
The bomb is planted in the wrong place. It was a safe plant. He couldn't actually stop that defuse from happening as soon as they got on that bomb.
So this is a very classic Dust 2 problem. Getting the bomb down in A is actually not necessarily that difficult, but the problem is if you can't get back to either long or short, and you've actually planted for one of those positions, it doesn't really help you that much. Then you're just trapped in a bomb site that has almost no cover, and that's what Fnatic just experienced. So 8-0 right into the 9th round, and Titan, they're not letting go.
They continue.
This is the Titan Constrictor.
Exactly right. Well, I mean, you're in the palm of Titan's hand at this point, and I hear the Titans are pretty powerful, Andrew, so it's not a comfortable place to be. Clearly, 8-0. And this is, I mean, it's basically reached a point where Fnatic, they get a plant they're going to be able to buy, and they should be able to force up consistently if they can continue getting plants. But the whole point of the game here now for Fnatic is to actually get a round on the board. They need to break the chain. Apex is going to go for a molly down up top. It's going to be Flusha who's sneaking his way in here. The push comes in, and Kenny gets greedy.
Yeah, good job, Flusher. They need to build something off it. Kaylee almost gets that pick-off shot, or actually does hit JW down to 36. Follow-up grade's going to do a little bit of damage, but they still have an opening here. Kaylee makes it around the corner, and Apex is there for the return frag on Olofmeister. Now they look like they want to go out the middle, and Flusher's there with a really nice headshot there on Apex. They need a little bit more, but Kaylee standing in their way. Gets the one, gets the second, looking for a triple. The bomb is up there, and he's going to take the peek, and an insane flick headshot comes out. Flusher now in a 1-on-2. He's going to have to go all in here if he wants to win it. Look for the ace is what he is. And 25 seconds left. Kaylee misses a shot finally, but he's being boxed in. He's got to move a lot quicker than this. Another shot missed up from behind. It's Maniac coming in, and Flusher is not going to be able to make it work.
Exactly. Maniac, as soon as Kaylee spots him out, Maniac is just so quickly going to start rotating over to get that flank. But this flick right here, that's just near instant. Straight up, Kaylee with the headshot on Cribs. And there you have it. I mean, Fnatic, they never really seem to have the nades to be able to make this play happen for themselves here. They need to find a way to either smoke off cross or anything, but okay then.
That
works
something.
too.
That is so sick from JW. Now that's an opening if I've seen one. 9-6 is what Fnatic are gunning for here. Let's see if they can do it. He misses that shot, does try and pre-fire it a little bit. They're in a 5-on-3, now a 5-on-2 as JW picks up the third kill, and they're going to keep pushing here.
Kaylee's alive. Oh, it's Kenny that's gone. JW, whoa, incredible, what? How does he do it? And why wait till now? This is now Fnatic on the board, but JW, is it enough?
That is absolutely absurd. That should definitely never happen. Never, ever happen. What a round. JW right now has 2 insane frag reels on his hands here for this tournament that are going to be replayed for as long as you're going to be watching Counter-Strike. Kenny will take down Pronax, and Again, Fnatic, they finally have a round on the board. They need a lot more at the moment. Existence with a really intelligent Molotov in the corner. They know they're going to force him out, and he's going to pick up the kill as well. That was just smart play from Existence.
This is good teamwork coming in there. But this is going to give now a 2-man lead to Titan. And just like that, in the space of a round, they bounce right back into it. And this would be a calamity. If Titan picked this round up, they reset Fnatic's money. And the pain train just doesn't stop in the station enters. It keeps on rolling.
Kaylee down here. Flash in. Actually, doesn't flash Kaylee, and he's going to smoke it off here, just waiting. So, yeah, the Fnatic can't really get an entrance. I mean, right now, the only round that Fnatic has is the one they have from JW picking up an ace. That should tell you something about the kind of issues Fnatic are having right here on Dust 2, and maybe had on Inferno 2. Kaylee going to take down Olofmeister, goes for the refrag, it's a double, and looking for the triple. Not quite going to connect here. JW still alive for a little bit longer, but Kaylee will pick up the kill. And Kaylee may not have had an ace yet, but every time they show up at that A-bomb site, he just knocks them down again and again. And it has to be wearing on them. What is Kaylee's score right now? I have to know.
I'm curious as well.
That's his 19th kill he ends up with here. 19, 1 and 2. That's disgusting. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, he's sitting at 17, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 17, 1 and 2 right now.
17, yeah. Wow.
And there he goes,
going
18.
for more.
Oh, Kenny going for the no-scope. He's not going to get it, though. Olofmeister catches him, and we're into a 3-on-3 position now. Fnatic looks like they want to try and accelerate out the mid doors. They're gathering up for it. They've got the smoke going down to block off Kaylee. Get rid of him. It's going to be Existence holding very close. Is he going to have the right timing? He takes a peek. He picks up one, and that's what he needs to do. He's still alive, and that sets it up for Apex, and Existence comes through as well. They're working like clockwork right now, Titan. One guy takes the peek, he fades away, he draws the attention of Fnatic up to the doors. Guess what? Apex is right there behind him again. Slaps Fnatic again. It's just way too much pressure.
In spite of having this roster shuffle, Titan really are playing like a team that's been playing together for much longer than they have right here with this lineup. Speaks volumes of Existence as a leader, and maybe also just the general sort of management of Titan here. Something is working really well right now, and it's not a bad time to be picking it up either. Fnatic, I mean, they're the team to beat at the moment, and Titan are doing just that. 11-1. Kenny with the headshot. Apex with the follow-up kill on Olofmeister. Of course, this is an eco round for Fnatic, but they're in a very bad spot.
Oh, they're going to be struggling really hard going into this last round. I mean, it's going to be 14, and they buy Fnatic because they can't really afford to do anything else.
Is Flusher actually looking to knife someone over at long?
Seems like it. And that $1,500, can you imagine how valuable that $1,500 is to him right now? Like those dollar bills buy a lot of nades. Oh.
No chance.
All right, Kenny. Kenny just continues to impress. Oh, and Flusher's going to miss his opportunity. Maniac knows he's there now. Last man alive here. Flusher lands the headshot. Could he get the other one? He's looking for it, but he's not going to get it in the end. And a perfect hold here for Titan, who just continue to take one step after another to the grand finals here.
They're very close, and that would make it an all-French grand finals, for at least French, Belgian, and Swiss grand finals.
Why,
here.
yes, it would. Thank you for noticing, Anders.
Definitely
It
would.
would make it an all-French finals, but then we're not there yet. Fnatic.
12-1. Moving into the 14th round here. Fnatic do have rifles again, and they're going to go pretty aggressively down here. They do almost get picked off by Apex. That's really scary because they were focused on the guy down middle, who's Kaylee. These two orbs have been in play for way too long, and Titan have made the absolute most of them. Yeah, if there's a map you want to go back and study and see how double orbs are supposed to work on Dust 2, this is it. This is a decent VOD to look at.
It doesn't get more clean cut than this. When Titan were thinking about what they would do with their strategies here, when the double op came, that was on the table, they were discussing the double op, like, okay, how can we make it work? This is what they had in mind.
Now let's see. Again, Fnatic want to go for short, and Kaylee's like, yeah, I can get to 30 in this first half if you just let me. So please bring it on. He's scoped up here again. The smoke is up. It's going to fade eventually, and Flusher, if he gets the kill down on long, that's going to put Kaylee in an uncomfortable situation. That's the one thing that can work out right now for the Fnatic team, but in fact, they're going to fake it out. They run one guy up short, the rest out middle. Kaylee does finally miss a shot here, goes for the re-peek, and he's going to get it on Olofmeister. Now in the middle, Existence doing his classic thing here, running top of dark as he smoked off the main entrance into the site here. Kenny's still alive with the AWP, he's going to take a peek, he doesn't get it. Existence is now in an awkward position here. This is a 3-on-2. He's going to pick up the first one and goes down to Flusher. So now 2-on-2. Titan maybe about to lose finally another round.
Kaylee goes rushing into Crims, and now it is going to be down to the man here. Maniac, he gets the flank, he gets the headshot on Flusher, and he gets the other one out to Crims as well. Walks into the site, and Apex is letting him know.
Absolute supreme confidence from Maniac. That looked so easy for him.
At the same time, like Kaylee, he goes rushing into that site. He gets all the info. He gets all the info that Maniac needs at that point. And Maniac, he checks the other likely spot. He sees that nobody's on plateau. Like, this is just as good as it gets right now. Titan doing a magnificent job. And Fnatic, they still continue to struggle here. They did try to change it up and get clever this time around, faking out the cat play, trying to go through the mid doors. They do get onto the site, and they do get a plant, so they will be able to buy here. But this is the 15th round of the first half, and they only have one round on the board. They desperately need this second one, but there it is. 1-for-1 trade so far on this map, and we're into a 4-on-4. Fnatic rushing up long, and they're going to be able to get onto this site.
Oh, Apex wanted to try and contest that, and that might have been a mistake, but actually he's going to pick up the one kill, gets the second one. Fnatic completely flashed, and the first half here is going to finish 14-1.
14-1 scoreline.
So we were talking with to Thorin, you know, during the halftime here about how does it affect Fnatic? You know, they're still a fairly new team. Don't have, I mean, with this particular group, don't have like, you know, years of LAN experience to get into it. How does it affect them losing the first map like they did? And apparently, it hit them pretty hard.
That or it just fired up Titan. Like, it's a combination, right? It's like, it must be a combination of the two.
And
now
Kenny continues the madness. It's going to take down Olofmeister. And Fnatic want to go aggressive. Kenny picks up a second kill. Pronax goes for it. Kaylee shuts him down. Nothing is going to be working here. Titan, they're going to the grand finals now. Fnatic, they don't get a foot on the ground here.
Yeah, they never even got in the door. JW right now, he's just trying to hold an angle, crossing his fingers, hoping the Titan are going to be coming through here. And Flush is there to get his back. And this is good from Fnatic just stacking up together because they could potentially have a big impact if they're able to just double team certain individuals. JW just goes through that smoke. He's looking for the shot here on Maniac, but Maniac is dancing, buying the time, and that's what he needs to do. JW starts it off, though, and picks up the first.
Yeah, it's a good kill. Tries for a second one, and it's going to be another headshot here. I mean, there's not much to be said about JW's play today. He has really played out of his mind to try and make this work for his team. But as a unit, there's something that hasn't been working quite yet here today. So Flusher going to be walking up here, and JW's already gone. Flusher, one shot, goes for a second one, but cannot find it. Kenny ending up with at least 3. Did he get 4 at the end? I think it was 3 kills in that pistol round.
Still,
that's enough.
Got the round, and that's enough, exactly. They're on 15-1, match point. Match point. We're about to have one of the fastest games right here. I mean, this is it. Do we have Kenny land the shot? And Kenny, I mean, again, he double tags them as they go jumping across. Crims and Flusha lining up, and Flusha is down to 2 HP. And Kenny has probably told this to his mates because they're out there hunting for Flusha right now. Flusha with the deagle. He still gets the headshot.
That's good news, but at the same time, kind of not. He's still going to go down, and they're still in a very deep hole here. Olofmeister walking in with the C set 75, and you see the rest of Titan actually just hold up in the top of mid. They're really waiting. They're just saying, Fnatic, if you're going to make a mistake, we have plenty of time to wait for it here. More than a minute left still, so come peek us, and we'll take care of business.
And Kenny manages to land a shot onto Pronax. JW will find Kaylee, however. But there's still pressure in upper dark, and Maniac, as I say, it gets the job done. There we go. Titan, 16-1 Fnatic on Dust 2, puts them into the grand finals of DreamHack Stockholm. And yes, it will be a French v French finals.
Absolutely stunning performance from Titan. Congratulations to them. That is very impressive. Not often you get to see that. And especially off the back of, like we've been talking about all night, a Fnatic team that has been performing at a very high level for the longest time.
We're going to go ahead and actually get a word now with one of these players, with Maniac, I believe, from Titan. We're going to see exactly what he has to say about that win. But Fnatic certainly struggling in this.
2 to 1 and they lose the fuck I don't like.
Félicitations. Bon. Toi, j'ai besoin de toi. Tu viens? Allez. All right, well. So, already, we were talking about you not really feeling the pressure or anything going into this best of 3. Clearly, there was some truth there.
Yeah, but, you know, I really don't know what to say right now. Obviously, we'd never played that great. I mean, that's the first time everything works, everything we try works. When you have like 2 of the best sniper in the world in the same team, they are eating like 95% of each shot. Yeah, I just feel like I didn't even need to win this game because they were just here doing the job, and I was just like, okay, maybe I'm gonna kill 1 or 2 guys in a row. But yeah, I don't know.
When you were thinking about the double op, was that like that just seems to be like the perfect, you know, okay, yeah, the double op it has the potential to be so strong, right? That was it. There it is, the example. That's pretty much what everybody thinks of when they think of that play.
The thing about double AVP is high risk, high reward. Because you know, if you have like 2 AVPs playing this level right now, of course it's a big advantage. But if you invest into 2 AVPs and it doesn't work out, then you have a lot of money loss, and that's really complicated. That's why we don't really always play double AVP. But of course, when they feel like this, we just say, like, okay, just take AVP and go where you want. You're gonna do the job anyway.
Now let's talk about a little bit about Inferno as well, because Inferno, it really seemed like the AWP has really become, or at least today in this best of 3, it certainly worked wonders. Because Kenny as well, same sort of thing. Going into that first half of Inferno on your T side, Kenny was opening everything up for you.
Yeah, you know, we had some bad experiences on Inferno against Fnatic. Like, they won 2 times against us on internet. And we just realized that we were trying to play way too intelligently, you know what I mean? We are at the beginning of the team, and we were trying to be like, okay, we have to figure out the best strategy, blah, blah, blah. And in the end, we were just like, we just felt trapped.
Sure.
And we went into the match like, okay, guys, we have nothing to lose. If we see some opportunity, we just go in.
Yeah.
Either it works or not. But we don't have to get ourselves like, oh, what do we have to do? We just play quite simply. And at the time of our team, this is what we have to do. We have to keep it simple, keep focused, and we have to get the advantage on the round and then just handle the 5-on-4 or 3-on-3. That's what we have to do right now, and that's working for us at the moment.
Well, you did a magnificent job of it, that's for sure. And well, now, I mean, this is the thing. You certainly have earned your spot in the finals. Waiting for you in the finals are your compatriots, LDLC. Now, I'll ask you one question, and then I'll let you guys go. But NBK in an interview recently said, you know, like this match is the match to settle who made the right choice. Do you see it the same way?
No, actually, absolutely not. I have to be honest, I'm not really into this rivalry like LDLC versus Titan. For me, that's just like crap, honestly. I joined this project because I could see the qualities of the project, the human qualities, the strategic point of view, and I could see many advantages. And that's why I chose to play in this team. I mean, I have much respect for LDLC, and I think they are 5 of the best players in the world. So I would be really happy if they can perform really well as a team. I mean, I would be really happy for them. I don't really care. Like, I am focused on my project. I would give everything for those boys here. So if LDLC are performing well, it's nice. If they beat us, it's nice for them. We're just gonna prac more, invest more time into the game, and then we're gonna come back. If at the end of the road we are like top 1, top 2 in the world, hey, who cares? Like, I'm just focusing about our team. That's what matters for me.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Well, best of luck in the finals then. That'll be coming up later tonight. So I'm going to let you go to your team, and good luck with the preparation.
Thank you.
All right. Maniac from LDLC. And we are now going to go on another little stroll, so I'm going to try not to trip. Let's watch our step. I feel like I'm getting old now. I have to watch where I put my feet all the time. All right. So back to the stage now we go to join up with Anders and Thorin, so that Thorin can basically have a field day here. I'm waiting. Hold on, man. I've got the scissors here. Here's your leash. Okay. There you go, man. Go loose.
You mean just on all the stuff he was saying there?
On everything that just happened, because in this
if we
best of
practice
3.
a lot and we win, then it's good for us too. And then if we don't, then maybe we don't win. And who cares? I mean, I don't care. I just come, I play. Good night, everyone. Like what? What? That was like a stream of consciousness, like poetry reading or something there. And it was interesting, certainly. It was I can say this: he gives no Fs. He's a man who...
He clearly does not. He clearly does not.
Look, you can take your time if you want, but I need a metaphor for how Fnatic ended up crashing here. You know, what sort of scale are we talking about?
Yeah, what sort of metaphor could we have for that? Probably like, okay, so the train was on time, okay. It was hitting all its stops, and it was slightly too slow for one of the stops. It had been hitting all its stops, otherwise the online Fnatic hype train, and then it came along, and then actually there was like a ravine, and then the track actually hadn't gone across, and then the train didn't just like come off the tracks or go late, it just actually went straight off, and then at the last second, JW like tried to shoot a parachute out, and it slowed it a little bit, but then it still smashed it in the ground completely. And everyone is dead now. Rest in peace, Fnatic.
Oh,
An orange and black train was just smashed on the ground there.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That was it. That was what we're hoping for. Exactly.
It's a pretty big parachute. We'll give him that.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, JW really did try his
The guy
damnedest.
actually got like 2 full team aces, and yet his team lost 2-0 in like pretty devastating fashion.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to account for. I mean,
The trick here, Anders, is what I've taught you in this analysis session here, just between the maps, is the mastery of how you jump from one bandwagon to another. So what you have to do is, when you've got the 2 bandwagons in midstream, you have to be sure, when you see one's going off a cliff, you have to go, right, is this one I'm going to jump onto now safe, though? And so what I showed you was, I predicted Fnatic 2-1, but then when they got beaten, I was like, Dust 2 next, 2-lot setup. Okay, it's safe to jump. I'm getting off this one. And you were like, I still think Fnatic 2-1. And I was like, see, Anders, it's your funeral, mate. And then I just tell your mother, like, listen, I told him, just join me on this new bandwagon, but he wasn't convinced.
all right. Well, I'm a slow learner, but I'll try and remember next time, see if I can get it right. I mean, speaking of next time, what can Fnatic do? You know, you go home and look at the wreckage from the train that's down on the cliffside and all the passengers dead. What do you take away from it?
The problem is, the main thing I thought Fnatic's problem there actually was, like, a bunch of their players just didn't seem even vaguely as good as they've been at the last LAN events, and especially not online. Like, Crims in general, when you add up the totality of the series, was almost non-existent. Actually, Pronax was probably out-fragging all of them in the whole series. All of them wasn't very good at all. JW had some miraculous rounds, but there was essentially, by the end of the series, only one guy was playing really well for Fnatic. Meanwhile, everyone was hitting their shots there for Titan. And you look overall, I think also tactically, I actually wish we'd gotten to see Titan play a lot more terrorist rounds there, because they were so wonderful on terrorist side of Inferno. I want to see, like, what are they made of now going into the final. But I never really got to see it because it was over so quickly on Dust 2. So overall, I've got to give credit to the T side of Titan on Inferno, I think.
Well.
I mean, that's about as good as it gets right there with Kenny. The whole thing just seemed to come together with Titan feeling zero pressure, and then, you know, Maniac just saying, like, okay, if we're going to find an opening, we go for it, right? Getting rid of that rigid style of play and allowing for just some more fluid movement. And basically, if you're going to base your whole strategy on just like, okay, Kenny, go and do something, then you need to be able to just jump on any kind of opening he gives you, because that's pretty much what you're going to get, right? And this time around, we saw it several rounds where Kenny gets the entry frag, and guess who's right behind him? His whole team. And they go barreling into Fnatic, and Fnatic never really seemed to be able to do it. So it just seems like that was the ideal situation right now. Titan, it all crystallized and came together for them here in the semis.
It wouldn't have been such a crazy dominating score in Dust 2 if it wasn't that Kaylee just went completely insane at the A bomb site. You couldn't get in 3v1 against him on the A bomb site. Like, the crazy thing about Titan is, if you actually think about it, they probably have 2 of the top 5 AWPers in the world on one team.
Yeah.
And they're both comfortable playing different sites. It's not like they all play the same spot and this guy has to give up that spot. So actually, if they can make this dual op setup work like this, they're going to be a very, very dangerous team.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt about it.
There's no other team can do that with dual ops, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. We never got to see the final match. Would have been Mirage?
It would have been Cash.
Cash, sorry. So
and that was
Cash
the
is
thing. That was like the saving grace, right? You know, that train, you know, the parachute came out and the train kind of floated for a second and they were getting there to Cash and it was almost there, but just kept going down.
No.
They couldn't get to Cash.
Now we've got the Dream storyline. Anyone who's been following the drama of Titan and LDLC and Epsilon, who made the right choice, who did that. Actually, first of all, before the final ever starts, let's just give credit. I think they both made the right choice, because Titan recently, okay, with 4 of these players, made it to one final at G3 and lost in like unconvincing fashion. So actually, the fact that one half of the team is going to win an event means that someone made the right choice. I think overall, they've gotten 2 stronger teams out of this.
Yeah, and in the first best of 1, which is a pretty bad sample size to have, but it was LDLC that came out on top. It was a close game, though.
Yep.
Now we're going to get to test them in a best of 3. So yeah,
Exactly.
that storyline is actually one that's worth keeping an eye on.
That's what we were talking about yesterday. Same tournament. We're about to have them here, right here in the main stage of the globe.
I mean, I've got to correct you. That wouldn't actually settle it because, you know, listen, you beat me now, so what? Then
I'll
I go
come
home,
back
I
and beat you
practice, maybe I win next time. Who knows? It's
Sure,
fun, crazy
sure.
times, man.
I almost thought for a second I was going to call you Maniac. All right, it's going to be a break now. But before you guys go and check out our sponsors, HyperX, and check out the Cloud headset. For the duration of this tournament here at DreamHack, you guys can use a code that should be coming up right about now to get 30% off. And it's a sick headset, one of the best out there actually for the price. So definitely go and check it out. Take advantage of that. And I guess eventually there it is. Okay, so you guys have it right there in the bottom. So go check that out, Cloud headset. But for us now, we will be back here at 1940 CEST for the grand finals to sell it all between LDLC and Titan at DreamHack Stockholm.